being able to conduct different businesses, different cultural stuff on different countries. And generally, it's a give and okay. And it's a sign of respect that we do. Now, a man in Newcastle broke this down in the earliest newspapers of the 1850s. He was a settler, and he said up and down the east coast of Australia, as he was travelling, that he heard this belted out really loud, and it would echo through the valleys, and the Aboriginal people calling out to one another. Now, Crocodile Dundee
Start recording.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The final game of round 8 of this QAFL season sees us with an old school no love lost Brisbane derby on Sir Doug Nicholls' round. It is the Western Magpies at home against the Morningside Panthers. Crucial clash for both sides. Western Magpies, of course, have had a poor start to the season. They are currently 2-4 against the Morningside Panthers, who are currently in 4th position and have won their last 2. It's going to be an absolute belter, and I can't wait for this one. I'm Riley Starry, Adrian O'Reilly with you this afternoon, and Adrian, welcome to the coverage.
Cheers, Raz. Great to be here. Look, I think this is probably a huge game for Western Magpies at home on their home deck. Really need a win. Really need to set their season up. So look, Western Magpies winning the toss, electing to kick to the right of screen. This should be a ripper game. I love these games. Love Western Magpies and Morningside.
It absolutely should. Late change this afternoon, of course. Peter Mollison, who is the captain of Morningside, he is a late exclusion from the lineup. We've been reliably told he had an incident with a hedge trimmer this morning. He's a little snag of his finger, and unfortunately for him, he will be out of the lineup. Coming in today is Hiavake Livesey, and he has got a massive job, as do both of these clubs, as the opening bounce is a whistle off the ball. It's a Morningside free kick. It's not a Morningside free kick, sorry. It's going the way of the Magpies for encroachment, and Dwyer will send it towards the forward 50 for the Magpies. And Beck gets in front position, couldn't quite take it. Dad's immediately ridden into a tackle, and we'll have a stoppage inside the forward 50 here for the Magpies. Of course, Coach Bryden Morgan, he said he was pretty happy with his side's effort against Palm Beach. They did go down by 43 points, but they certainly weren't disgraced, and they've got a better side on paper this afternoon. As Crawford feeds out a searching hand pass defensively, we'll find Goodall ridden in a sensational tackle by Colenso, and it's going to be a free kick for the Panthers. Now he's got Dads on this broadcast wing. He'll take the mark. He's got a couple of options pushing ahead of him. He decides to not go there initially, just hold the ball up. Hodge is the longest option. He's going to have a massive job this afternoon, rucking virtually the lone hand. He'll go into 1-on-2. That's a very strong mark. Fantastic effort from the young man. That's a confidence booster. Now, he's going to look towards the forward 50, send it in there. A pack of 6 will form. No mark taken, big spoil at the back. Lots of numbers around this one. Coming through is Fletcher. Hand pass inside, intercepted by Cameron Rees off the hands. Now to fall down to McNeese, one of the inclusions. To Mallon towards the goal square. It's Morningside's there first. That's a try to snap from Godfrey off the left boot, not successful. The Magpies are just trying to hold this up and create a stoppage. And that's what they get, 25 metres out, directly in front of goal.
Look, quick start to this game. Good movement down the wing there from Morningside. Very, very dangerous early here, Panthers.
Trying to get its Colenso off the pack. He couldn't do much with it. And it's going to be another stoppage inside the forward 50. Every player is in one half of the ground at the moment. It's a trend you see so much in modern football. It's a free kick for a block out, and it's going to go the way of the Panthers. So the first shot of the game, it will be going to Rogerson. He'll line up from 25 metres out. He was pretty good a couple of weeks ago when we broadcast that game against Sandgate from Morningside, and he'll expect to kick his first here. So he should come in about 25 to 30 metres out. Pretty elementary shot for a left footer. It's on its way, and I'll put the mozza on him.
Jeez, really let that one slip. Could have really put Western Magpies to the sword early there.
First point of the afternoon goes the way of the Panthers. They're one behind, whilst, of course, the Magpies yet to score. Good kick in from Gallagher. Oh, that's another good mark from Hodge. He's already taken 2 really good contested marks early. He's a player that is growing before this competition's eyes with every game. And he'll send it right back towards the 50. Big spoil away there from the Magpies. Crawford taking in a brilliant tackle by Rayner. It'll be a stoppage again inside Morningside's forward 50. They'd be content to hold this up and clog it up. Just a reminder, some of the changes this afternoon for the Magpies. Coming in is Beams, Janky Kane, Easton and Mitchell, which is such a massive inclusions for them. Trying to get out of there. Gallagher gets a hand pass away to Crawford, goes towards half-back and he'll find Carl Reid. Been a bit of a live wire this year, Carl Reid, like his game. Always very consistent in his effort and application. He'll head towards the wing. Highlands has got the free kick.
I think they got away with one there, the Magpies.
He's moving the ball well there, Aaron Highland. He's going to take the free kick, send it towards half forward. That's a big fly, no mark taken there. In from frame, it goes over the back beams, about 65 metres out from goal. Tries to step past one, gets a hand pass back, puts Reed under pressure, who sends it out of bounds on the full. So it's going to be a free kick to the Panthers. It will be taken by Dads. Their inclusions this afternoon is Ben McNeese, Nathan Colenso. Their exclusions, Housefeld is unavailable, and Jai Keneally, he is playing for Redlands. Whilst the outs for the Magpies, Ryan is gone with yellows, whilst Johnson, Hampel and Marshall are all omitted. And Hodge has almost taken a third mark there against Goodall. He's looking very lively early. Bottom of the pack. A stoppage. No free kick there. Some calls for a free kick to Isaiah Edwards, but not on it. Another rock contest ensues. Good tap by Hodge. However, it is sharked straight away by a Magpie. He's taken by Fletcher, but he's tackled well there by Henry Joyce.
I think that's something the Magpies are going to have to look at early. Hodge looks really on today.
Speaking of Hodge, that's a magnificent tap down the Joyce. Inside out torpedo towards the interchange gates. Trying to stay in the field of play is Livesey, and he's got a free kick. So here, Vaki Livesey has got the free. He'll retreat slightly. Fine Joyce is about 70 metres out from goal. It's a very congested forward 50, so he's going to first look towards the middle of the ground, and he spots up a target magnificently in Edwards.
Nice and patient with the footy there.
What does Isaiah Edwards do? He heads towards the goal square. Numbers favour the Pies. No mark taken at the bottom of the pack. Livesey lurking ominously, tries to run onto it. He's still going after that football, getting the hand pass away. Janky Kane, Goodall's dispossessed, but just gets it out. That's a snap at goal on the check side and hit the post by Godfrey. He always gets in the right positions, Samuel Godfrey. And he almost snagged a goal there from a very difficult opportunity. 2 behinds to the Panthers. Magpies yet to score. Sunday afternoon football. Magnificent afternoon here from McCarthy Homes Oval. Massive game for both clubs. You'd have to say the pressure really is on the Magpies to perform.
Good kick.
That's a good kick. Luca Winton always good with his disposal. He'll find Beams, who, as we said, is back in the lineup this week. He finds teammate there in Scott. Very fluoro orange boots he's wearing today. He'll send it towards the true wing position. Beck in a one-on-one. Gets outbodied by Mitchell, who couldn't finish the job. He falls to the bottom of the pack. Still tries to sort of tap it out. Morningside, though, with the numbers and cavalry, get the kick away, and Livesey is content to see that out of play. One thing I really want to see for the Magpies this afternoon, AJ, is the fact that last year when they were playing well at times, they were just so quick and decisive with their ball movement. We haven't really seen it this year.
No, look, we saw them earlier in the year against Wilson Grange, and that short setup coming outside their defensive 50 is good, but once they get to half back, they really fall down. So watch them, run and take the game on a bit.
We'll have another stoppage. Of course, they started as a free kick. It's going the way of Scott, and then Riley Easton has got into Joyce, and it hasn't been reversed. It was very close to it. Anyway, back at the game. Well, Scott tried to take the advantage, but it wasn't honoured by umpire there. Umpires this afternoon, just for reference, Tim Somerville, Ryan Downs and Jackson Burney. Just gave the free kick. Well, Scott, he really sped it. Wasn't the greatest kick, and that was dangerous. And a good kick inside from Evans to Joyce, and that's a searching kick towards the forward 50. Trying to run onto it. Rogerson taking in a strong tackle. The Magpies are trying to just keep this here. Tackle laid from Dennis. Numbers converge from both teams. Now coming out of the pack, Edwards. He's dispossessed in the forward pocket. Good hands out. That's a snap-on goal. That's another behind to the Panthers. Couple of tough shots early, but they wouldn't want to be too inaccurate. Their score now goes to 3 behinds. The Magpies yet to score. We've played 8 minutes into this opening term as Gallagher goes towards the pocket and finds Saunders.
Again, they go short from that kick out.
Saunders towards half-back. Russ tries to take the mark. He was spoiled the back from Lonigan. Going in hard's Mallon.
Good tackle.
That's a brilliant tackle laid there from Lonigan.
Good marker.
Macaulay Lonigan. He's been such a consistent performer this year for the Magpies. Of course, a couple of times I have coined him with the man with no first name. He sent it towards the wing. Hodge started really well early, sends it towards half forward with a tumbling sort of a kick. It goes out of play in front of Colenso, and we'll have a throw in.
It's a few times I've seen that here from Morningside, just coming off their half back line. It's just a quick rush kick down the line, you know, trying to get it out of bounds and forcing the stoppage. They obviously really believe in their stoppage game today, Morningside.
So early going. You'd have to say territory battle so far has been won by the Panthers, but they've got minimal reward for effort. Mallon couldn't really bait from the pack. There'll be another stoppage as they a bit of a shove on Riley Easton. Nothing too untoward.
Bit of push and shove around.
Hodge wins it decisively, spikes in the air, punch forward from Cameron Reeves, and the kick goes in towards the forward 50. No mark taken. Goodall, though, does well to get off the back of the pack. Crawford, he's happy to see it out of play. He's very intelligent there, the veteran. He knew he had the boundary line. His friend, he just let his opponent.
I think he was a bit lucky to get away with that.
Lead him out of bounds. He might have been in the way, but wily veteran. It's not too often you'll see those paid for holding the ball. As the throwing comes back in. Dwyer got front position, got the tap down. Mallon fed a hand pass away. It's been hand off from Rayner to Mallon. We'll head towards the goal square. Big one-on-one contest and spoiled out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw-in. Structurally at the moment, Adrian, what are you seeing so far from both sides that might be a little bit different to what we're used to seeing?
I think that Morningside's not so much different, but I think I really like their structure, their defensive structure when Western Magpies are trying to come out of defence. Once Western Magpies reach that half back line, it's really hard to push through. And then Morningside are using that boundary to sort of just push the ball down towards their goal.
A lot of stoppages early. We did see, of course, when Morningside played Sandgate a couple of weeks ago, early in that game, there were so many stoppages before they really opened it up and started letting the wheels go. Of course, they are away from home today. And we want to get a really good performance to consolidate their start to the season. They're 3-2. Probably should be 4-1. Anyway, back at the game, Crawford, hand pass back, and he's called for a throw, Gareth Crawford. So it's going to be a free kick for the Panthers. It's going to go the way of Ed Mallon.
Wing.
As we just see Kate Scott come off the ground here for the Magpies, as well as Dwyer.
The Morningside not letting the Magpies get any run out of their defensive 50 whatsoever.
So
really shutting them down. Sorry, Wes.
So Mallon, inaccurate start for the Panthers. He said for their first shot at goal, he sends it on its way. It's always going to the left. So another point for Morningside. That brings their score to 0-4 to the Magpies yet to score. They've really been trapped in this half of the ground for at least the last 8 minutes or so. I think the Magpies, they're doing pretty well to hold it up currently as Gallagher sends it towards halfback. Big fly from Hodge, as well as Beck. No mark taken. Reed kicks it out of there, but it's going to be coming right back. Howard, he's been such a good player for them this year. Sends it to Edwards. He's about 60 metres out from goal. Isaiah Edwards puts in a sort of chiselling sort of a ball, and that's almost a mark taken. Nothing done. It's a shot on goal. That's another point.
And the full.
She's gone out on the full, so that was from Evans.
5 shots for just 4 behinds Morningside. They'll be kicking themselves at the moment.
It's going to be the Magpies trying to come out again. This time from Saunders. He'll send it to hard back. Harlan should take it. He does well. He got a couple of metres, and it was a good kick from Saunders just to lead him towards the ball. And he'll send it towards the wing position. 2-on-2 contest coming up. Big fly at the back. No mark taken. Hodge is trying to show he's got it, but that was a good spoil from Daniel Frame. Hodge has been one of the best on ground early. Taps it decisively to Mallon. Not long a kick. Beams, though, gets a quick hand pass away. It wasn't 15, so call play on. Good kick from Fletcher. Here's the Maggies' first real chance. It's Blake Austin, their leading goal kicker with 8 goals this year. Sends it towards the forward line. Big spoil from Frame. You're going to see a bit of that this afternoon, I reckon. Godfrey feeds a hand pass back to Pendlebury. His kick is turned over, so that's gone to Edwards. That, of course, the Magpies version, which is Daniel. And he'll send it towards the goal square. Goes over the back of Austin. No mark taken in the forward pocket. Lots of players looming around this one. Macaulay Lonergan, one of them, but lost his feet. And it's going to be tied up. And it'll be a stoppage inside the Magpies forward 50, so we can see what this West outfit can do up forward.
First real chance for the Magpies here after the opening minute. Can they cap it? If they can get a goal here, that's really going to hurt Morningside.
Austin won the tap down that time.
Well, that's deliberate.
McNeese has tapped it over.
He's
And it's called
Yep.
deliberate. It did look deliberate from here. And Drew Mitchell has the football. And he's going in the forward pocket. Well, he's a good kick, Drew Mitchell. He's such a strong player for this Magpies lineup. It's going to be a tough kick from there.
He's backing himself in.
So Drew Mitchell, this would hurt. That's a snap off the left, and it's to the near side always. So one behind. First score of the afternoon for the Magpies. They're down by 3 points, 4 behinds to 1. It's not a soccer game, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I feel like this one's certainly going to open up. It's very evenly poised. And typical old school bruising derby. Hodge couldn't take the mark. Trying to go through his Russ. He did well to hand pass to Cameron Reeves, who's immediately dumped from Janky Kane. Sivic tried to impact the contest. Falls further back going in. Gallagher feeds a quick hand pass to Winton, who's pushed up. That's a bit of a hospital hand pass. Oh, that's a free kick against Dads. And I don't think he's too happy about it, pleading his case, but I don't think I've ever seen a free kick reversed from a player's protest.
Umpire obviously saw something we didn't there.
Anyway, back of the game, kick forward from Fletcher, trying to find Winton. No mark taken from Hodge, but he forced it down to the feet of both teams' players. There'll be another stoppage, so very tight early. Both teams, you just feel feeling each other out. We've played over 15 minutes into this opening term. Such a massive game. Such a big Brisbane derby. And the result of this one could have massive ramifications for both sides. As Rayner, he took the sliding mark on his knees, as just on his defensive half-back position. Feed back. Now the kick towards the wing position. 2-on-2 contest coming out. That's a good mark. That is a win for the Magpies, and that's a win for Aaron Highlands.
Huge win.
Hodge has taken a couple of good contested marks early. Just got outbodied there a touch. The kick didn't necessarily favour him either. But Highlands towards the forward line. It's spiked again out of play from Lumbers and Austin. There'll be another boundary throw in. You feel like there's just a bit of tension in both sides' games at the moment, don't you, Adrian?
There is. Look, there's a lot of uncertainty, I think, in both sides, especially going into their forward 50. No marks inside 50 yet, so just sort of real scrubby, not so much scrubby entries, but no sort of kicks to advantage so far.
Give the honours to Hodge that time. He just got front position, bottom of the pack, trying to get that out. Now is Evans, but he's taken by two Magpies.
And again, as we've seen with both sides this year, a lot of stoppages early.
Hodge and Austin. Austin gets the half spike, but couldn't get it very far at all. Saruri is tackled immediately from Reed, and we'll have another ball up. So it is very tight. Both sides, you just sense a bit of tension in their game. The intensity is certainly right up. But they're just feeling each other out. No free ball movement whatsoever early. There's a kick away from Cameron Reeves, goes into the crowd. It's going to be a free kick, so maybe Gallagher could send it deep to the Magpies. Well, that's Jane Gallagher. He'll send it long. That's a searching kick towards the goal square. Big fly at the back. That's a mark again.
Frame, is it?
It is Daniel Frame. They're just looking so resolute defensively, both sides at the moment. No free ball movement either way. That's a good searching kick too. He finds Cameron Reeves. Head short. Finds Swan.
Colenso, got to turn up. Post up, Colenso.
Where does Swan want to go to next? He doesn't have, again, much movement, so he's just going to have to hoik a kick. Well, this is a really tough position. It's a free kick. And it's a Magpies free kick going away, going against Colenso. It's going to go the way of Sivic, who I don't mind as a player. He's a little bit of a whippersnapper. Wiry type, but I like the way he moves. You send it back right whence it came. No mark taken from Frame. Bottom of the pack. It's kept in from Nyland Road. Good kick up the line to Dignan. Where does Lockie Dignan want to go? He's looking inboard. That's the sort of kick you got to take a risk, and it's opened up the ground a bit because Joyce has got runners through in the middle. Dangerous kick though. Brilliantly cut off from Dennis, and that could be 50 no. It was very borderline. Might have been a professional infringement there. Saunders sends it inside 50 and it's cut off again from this Morningside defence, but Frame has dropped a mark he'd normally take. Lonergan tries to head towards goal. Saruri has got a job to do here. He's dived on it. Is the umpire going to give him the benefit of the doubt? He will.
Lucky there, I think. Very, very lucky. He probably would have been smarter. He had 2 guys on his hammer. He probably would have been smarter just to knock it through for behind.
Frame gets it down. Lonergan. He got it. He's immediately taken. There'll be another stoppage virtually inside this goal square for the Magpies in their attacking forward line. That comes out. Nothing done. Mitchell's thereabouts. Also Cameron Reeves, but now it'll be a throw-in.
There's a lot of numbers in that Western Magpies forward line, especially deep around this footy.
So we've almost hit time on into this opening term. It's a 3-point lead to the Panthers. Very tight and tense start early. A lot of physical contact from both sides. Morningside have really missed some opportunities you'd expect them to take. It comes towards Austin, who keeps it in. He's going to snap that, and he has missed it to the near side. So another behind.
I like that from Jack Austin, though, taking the game on. Good to see early.
There's Morningside. They're going to try and get some ball movement from a set play. Goes towards the wing position. Bounces over Isaiah Edwards' head. He gets the football immediately tackled, though, from Saunders. So at least they've cleared their defensive 50 here, Morningside. And let's see what they can do in this open expanses, because it is on this wing position. Both sides really have to set up pretty linear with a bit of length as they get a clearance forward, but it's going to be all Jaden Gallagher, who's positioned himself very well today. And now there's a switch on. Clay Beams, the ex-Brisbane Lion, sends a quick hand pass away to Luca Winton, who quickly takes a bounce. Heads up the line with a chiselling sort of a pass. Good kick to Austin, who wheels around quickly the left footer. He's got a short presenting target, but he's really looped the kit. And that's going to be gobbled up all day by the wall of Mexico in Nathan Beck. Such a good defender who reads it magnificently off opposition's foot. Whenever they kick, he's just moves so well.
Yeah, between Beck and Frame, they've got a really strong defensive aspect to their game, Morningside.
Saruria tried to kick it to Rogerson, no mark taken. Snapped inside from Rayner. Frame's got a job to do here. He couldn't quite get there though on Winton. It always takes a bit of courage to run back with the flight. Now where does Luca Winton want to go? That's a shocking kick. He's been so good this year for the Magpies, but that's a kick he'd want back, and Ryan Dadds has it. He's posturing like he's going to have a shot. He'd have to kick it from at least 53. In all likelihood, a bit more. But here he comes, Ryan Dadds. From about 53 metres, sets it on its way. It's always to the right and just sneaks through for one behind. So another behind in this opening term.
Just that kick across goal. I've never been a fan of that kick across goal. Unless you've got a man who's 20 metres out by himself, you should never take that option.
Big fly from Austin, but he went early. He got hand to ball though. Frame though, thought he had the mark, but still disposed of it pretty quickly. Gallagher had a very busy opening term, liked his game defensively, sends it out towards Janky Kane. Where does the veteran want to go? He'll head inside, trying to find Luke Mitchell. He does just. That had to be a perfect ball, and it was. But again, there's not really that much presenting. That's a good kick though.
Oh, it's...
Unfortunately, in that situation, Lumber, you do have to take that sort of pass when it presents the opportunity. He did all the hard work to get on the lead, but couldn't quite take it. So
trampoline under his jumper there.
It's going to be another throwing. Frame and Dwyer give the honours to Frame that time. The throw favoured him. Russ takes it over the boundary almost. No, it's still in the field of play. Kept inside from Godfrey. Now it's out of bounds. Adrian, if you were the coaches of either of these sides, what would you try and do to open up this game? Or are you content seeing it in tight, tough, good defensive structures if you're a coach?
No, look, I as much as it's not pretty football, I think you've got to keep it tight and tough. You know that's how these two sides play. And you've just got to back your players in that they will stick to their game plan and it will eventually open up.
Beck's just taken the mark there. It's another good defensive chop off. He'll head towards the boundary line. Finds Swan.
I don't mind this though. I don't mind slowing the game down a bit.
Swan towards half forward. Big contest coming up. And that's a good mark to Frame. contested mark like that is so important. He has an option inside in Evans. He really looped the kick. Evans did well enough to at least keep it down. Russ tried to feed a hand pass back to Godfrey. Still gets it back to Frame. Morningside have the numbers and eventually prevail, and Swan will set it out towards the flank. And when I say the flank, really towards the flank. And it'll be with Evans again. He's 65 out. Inside to Godfrey.
Again, a lot of numbers inside of forward 50.
Where does Sam Godfrey want to go? Everyone from both sides is pretty much in there. Bar a few. Big kick to the pocket. Comes off hands. Winton kicks across goal, and that is a good kick.
Sure,
Oh, it's bounced awfully. Dad should kick the first.
Yes, I think.
And he's done it. Well, that is just very fortuitous there for Morningside. They probably deserve a lead going into quarter time. And that's the first goal of the afternoon. There it goes to Ryan Dads, who is a Morningside and at times a Redlands product as well. 1-5-11 to 2 behinds 2. We have played 24 and a half minutes into this opening term.
Yeah, that goal there, look, that was just, the cause of that goal was a lack of attack on the football. Maybe could have got there for the mark. It was tight, but at least should have killed that footy and taken it through from behind. Let it bounce. And, you know, that's what happens. You can never judge the bounce of this footy. And an easy goal there again for Dads. Not again, for the first time today for Morningside. They now take lead 1-4-10 to 2 behinds.
Hodge wins it decisively. Dwyer decided not to really contest, but the Magpies still get the clearance through Crawford towards half forward. No mark taken there from Swan. That's a soccer kick. This could be a goal if Austin can run onto it. He forces it up high out bounds. That's a brilliant tackle from the young man.
So let me correct
Saruria, he's getting up a bit slowly.
Let me just correct myself there, Raz. It's 1-5-11 to 2 behinds.
Saruria, he's currently out of the field of play. He's in a bit of pain at the moment, Matthew Saruria. Let's keep our eyes on that one. Pretty bone-jarring tackle there from Jack Austin. There's another stoppage in the forward pocket.
He's still uncomfortable, isn't he? He's caught one in the midsection, maybe.
He really has not moved, and they call for the trainers.
That's it. Send someone down to cover Frost. Ethan's coming, Riley. Yeah.
So just having a look at the moment. In that forward pocket, again, that was an absolutely bone-jarring tackle from Jack Austin. Completely fair, no doubt about it, but he's in a world of hurt at the moment, and he's a player that's certainly very uncompromising.
Yeah, look, there's nothing wrong with that. I think, you know, you're always taught as a player that if you're going to tackle your man, tackle him hard, and you know, if you put him on the ground, make it hard for him to get back up. This is a physical game. This is a contact sport, and as long as it's not unfair, then you don't want to see players get injured, but it is part of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's not looking too well. All our thoughts with him. But whilst we've got a little bit of an intermission in play, of course we do need to mention the ramifications of this contest this afternoon. Either way, Morningside, if they win today, they will move back into third position, currently occupied by Broadbeach, who do have a game in hand. The Magpies, at the moment, they are sitting in sixth position. If they win today, they will move back into the top 5, you would think. It's a percentage battle between them and Mount Gravatt at the moment. Admittedly, they have played one more game than Mount Gravatt. So if they lose on their home deck this afternoon, there could be massive ramifications for them. A side that some thought, including myself, they might make a grand final this year. With the amount of talent they've got on their list, it just hasn't fired on all cylinders.
Yeah, sixth position is not really a happy place for the Western Magpies, especially from the last round last year. They had their chance to make finals last year and just finished in sixth, so they'd like to get out of that position as quickly as possible.
That's a snapper goal, and it's still on the line, and well done from Frame. He's been one of the best in this opening term. He sets a task, though, for Dads, who's forced at least the ball to come to the bottom of the pack. And
he's done well there, Dads. That was a 2-on-1. He's done well to force it out there. Again, I said earlier, I think this is a game style that Morningside are really looking to play the stoppage game.
Certainly did well there, Ryan Dads. So we'll have another throw in. Hodge and Dwyer. Some matchups we're seeing at the moment. It looks like Janky Kane and Ed Mallon currently standing next to each other at this stoppage. They've been next to each other quite a bit today. They'll be one to watch. Joyce, hand pass inside is a good one and a searching one to Cameron Reeves, who streams forward about 5-10 metres, sends it towards half forward. That could be a free kick for a push out on Rogerson. He's not paid. Give ball to have the flight. There'll be another stoppage into the forward 50. So 28 and a half gone into this opening term. It's 1-5-11. So the Magpies 2 behinds 2.
Yeah, no goals kicked, but also 1 goal kick, but there has been a fair few stoppages, so you expect this quarter to be a fair while, maybe 32 minutes.
It's coming out of there's Rayner. That's a shot on goal. If he has kicked that, he absolutely has, and that has come out of nothing. Take a bow, James Rayner. That was about 45 metres out, right on the boundary. And just like that, Morningside have a 15-point lead, 2-5-17, the 2 behinds 2. A little bit reminiscent of the corresponding clash last year when they played at McCarthy Homes Oval. A couple of late goals in that opening term from Morningside last year in what was one of the best QAFL clashes in season 2018.
That's a fair whack on the left foot from the boundary. Just curled it back beautifully. Morningside, that's a very, very important goal coming into quarter time. So, look, it's not a huge lead, but in a low-scoring game like it is at the moment, could very well be important.
So late stages of this opening term. A couple of goals in red time here for Morningside. Has extended this margin out. They do deserve a lead as we go in. That's a free kick going the way of the Panthers. Fletcher there was a little bit overzealous. And Morningside will have the 3 for Henry Joyce. Goes towards the middle of the ground. Finds Rayner, who's put in his nomination of goal of the week. Sends it up the line. That's a chiselling sort of a pass. It's looking a little bit dangerous here for the Magpies at the moment. Cameron Reeves almost finds Dads. Well, just a little bit too much on the kick. I think Ryan Dads might have led a fraction early that time. It's always hard to hit those 15, 20 metre passes. It's Gallagher towards the wing position, but it's been turned over. Pendlebury. Not Scott. William. Go towards half forward with a searching sort of a kick to Howard. About 80 metres out from goal. Brad Howard, he's been so consistent this year for the Panthers. The veteran, of course, he was playing at NEFL level last year. We'll send it towards half forward. That's an uncontested mark. There was a pack of about 5 or 6 there, but it's just worked out that Nathan Colenso, he was the last man standing, put his hands up and took the mark. He'll have a shot from about 45 metres out. Pretty tough angle. Morningside
threatening late in this first quarter. They did have all that early dominance, so really putting the score on the board now. They probably should have done it a bit earlier, but so it's better late than never.
Colenso sets it on its way. It's always to the right side. So another point to Morningside, 2-6-18 to 2 behinds 2. We've ticked over 31 and a half minutes into this opening term.
We just had Surya walk past us before, looked very uncomfortable, very short of breath. I think it must be a body issue. He's walking okay, so I don't think it's a leg issue. But again, was coughing and spluttering a bit short of breath, very, very sore.
That's another brilliant mark, the kick in from Gallagher, and once again, Morningside have got that through Hodge, who's taken 3 contested marks of a similar ilk. Switch kick across the ground's a good one. It's a searching one to Nyland Rowe. He's got a short option presenting, but that's quarter time. And I think Coach Clint Watts was being a little bit disappointed not getting reward for effort in the first 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be pretty happy to go in with a 16-point lead away from home here at McCarthy Homes Oval. 2-6-18 to 2 behinds 2. Just run you through the goal kickers. Obviously not a massive list. James Rayner with his contender for goal of the year there, and as well as Ryan Dads, who kicked it off of what was a pretty lucky bounce for him. Pretty poor attack on the ball from Clay Beams. It was an unlucky bounce nonetheless. While for the Magpies, they've only got 2 behinds. They've got a lot of work to do here, the Western Magpies. Some would say they've probably been one of the more disappointing sides in the QAFL this season 2019. They're in a hole at the moment. Massive game for their club. Adrian O'Reilly, what did you make of that opening term?
Oh, look, Morningside had a lot of the early running, didn't put the score on the board. Western Magpies did take over for a bit there, really had their chances. Again, didn't put the score on the board. Morningside just capitalising late with 2 quick goals, taking in a nice handy lead into quarter time.
So it is quarter time here. It's a 16-point lead to Morningside in the Brisbane Derby. Sunday afternoon football. Nowhere you'd rather be. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the second quarter. About to get underway here in the second term of this Brisbane Derby. Sunday afternoon football live from McCarthy Homes Oval, and Morningside had better of the most of that opening first term, and they go in deserved 16-point leaders as we head towards quarter two. 2-6-18 to the Magpies. Two behind, Riley Starry, Adrian O'Reilly with you for the coverage, and Adrian, Morningside. They just look like a very professional outfit so far in season 2019 for the most part, and they're showing it so far today. Yeah,
look, they did look like the better team in that first quarter. But look, I don't think it's over just yet. I think Western Magpies did have a fair opportunity. They had a good 7 to 8 minutes of dominance there. They just couldn't put it on the scoreboard. So, look, you know, we're only a quarter down. I'm not writing anyone off just yet. But Morningside definitely in the box seat at the moment.
They certainly are. Of course, won't write this Magpies unit off just yet. But we know what they can do at their best. And they have so much talent out there today. Probably one of the better sides they've selected in season 2019, as that bounce will be recalled. Just noticing at the moment, Clay Beams, he is starting on the wing currently. He's not in the middle just yet, looking towards the forward line as well. Looks like Howard's got the matchup of Lonergan, who's been so consistent for the Magpies in season 2019. Looks like they'll get the clearance here. The Magpies trying to get at the bottom of the pack. Dwyer feeds a hand pass out. Crawford sends it towards the forward line. The target is Lumber. Beck over the back has taken a sensational mark. He had 3 attempts at the cherry. And on that last one, he just stuck it out. Goes to Howard. And he's got Dads, who is long, but decides to not go there initially. Beams was protecting the space and could have cut it off, so Howard just has to do some dance work. Hand passes it to himself, tried to get past Lonergan. Sensational work from the Magpie. He's forced the contest. Howard tries to clean up his own mess, gets it out, and it's a hat kick towards the wing position. Goes over the back of everyone. Winton read it the best off the bounce, sends it towards half forward. He'll find Austin about 65 metres out from his attacking goal. He's going to send a tumbling sort of a ball that's going to work.
Wasn't the prettiest kick inside, but it'll work.
And Aaron Highlands, he will have a shot on goal. He's been one of the best for the Magpies this year. He was one of the 4 Magpies which has been selected in the 43-man QAFL squad to take on the Adelaide Football League on Saturday, June 8th. He has kicked so far this year 7 goals. This will be lining up for number 8. So Aaron Highlands from about 45 or just inside. They liked it off the boot. And that's the first for the Magpies. Just the start they needed. Just to get some momentum, and they certainly worked hard in that opening term and had some periods where they had the ascendancy in terms of territory, but that's just reward, and that's something that could kickstart their day. They're down by 10 points at the moment, 2-6-18 to 1-2-8.
Yeah, look, really good start. Again, they got the centre clearance out. Was a bit scrappy, but eventually spotted up that kick inside 50. Wasn't a beautiful kick inside by Austin, but it works. Doesn't matter how it gets in there, as long as it gets there, and well finished off by Highlands.
I think it was very good from Aaron Highlands, where in that situation he created the space early, and well read from Austin as well. As you said, not the greatest kicker off the boot by any means, but he got it in quickly, and backlines traditionally panic a lot in that sort of situation. They rather chopped up ball movement. As great tap down from Hodge. Joyce gets a left foot clearing kick towards half forward. Absolute spike of a punch there from Winton. Highlands lays the tackle on Joyce, and he's given the free kick away. So it's going to be a free kick going to Morningside. Highlands good intent, but maybe just a tad overzealous. And Henry Joyce, I really liked his game in that opening term as well for Morningside. He'll send it towards half forward. He's got an option virtually on his own, and that's looking like it's Godfrey. Will send it towards full forward. Big pack of players spoiled at the back from Beams. Coming in hard, Russ, hand pass off. That's a snap from Rogerson to the near side, and that'll be one behind. 11 points the margin, 2-7, 19 to 1-2-8. Just over 3 minutes gone into this second quarter. Very evenly poised contest in a lot of ways, a lot of stoppages. You just get the feeling it's really going to open up in this second term. Beams got the hand pass away. Finds Sivic, Crawford. That's it. Far too slow from Fletcher.
Yeah, he's just blindsided there. Just did not see that man coming. Obviously, lack of talk out there from Magpies.
And Russ with the good tackle gets the free. Pinpoints a pass. Good defensive effort there from Green. Crawford, he's taken in a tackle again, and Rayner. Well, that is 2 tackles in 30 seconds where Magpies players have just been blindsided. And we saw James Rayner. He had a hell of an effort for his first goal of the afternoon in the first quarter.
Not sure if it's just a lack of awareness or not, but yeah, 2 times in 30 seconds. They just have not seen that man coming.
So Rayner, he'll kick it right from the paint. Sends it on its way. It's a good-looking ball. It's another one. Well, James Rayner is such a classy left footer, and that's his second goal of the afternoon. And that extends the lead to 17 points. Early stages of this second term. 3-7-25 to 1-2-8. Riley Starry, Adrian O'Reilly with you for the coverage this afternoon. Sunday afternoon football from the wonderful surrounds of McCarthy Homes Oval. And the Panthers, they'll be pretty happy how they're going away from home currently.
Yeah, quick reply there from the Panthers. A bit too easy for the Western Magpies liking. I don't think Brighton will be too happy with that.
We're just looking in the middle. Aaron Highlands, he has moved into the ruck whilst Liam Dwyer is currently on the bench. We go up against Hodge, who's been very good this afternoon. He's been one of the Panthers' absolute best. Hand pass is fed out to Hodge. It's got deflected. Evans couldn't do much with it after it deflected off his shoulder. There'll be a stoppage as Hodge was tackled by Fletcher. And we'll go once again. Crawford, off the deflection, gets the spike, goes down towards Mitchell, off hands. Down to Drew Mitchell. Feeds it further back. It's been turned over though, and Morningside will go forward once again. And it's had to be taken, and it's a very good mark there from Riley Green. And he'll switch the play. He'll find on that outer side Saunders. Where does Saunders want to go? He's just going to caress the ball towards Daniel Edwards. Goes to Gallagher. Oh, he's a thumping left foot. Jaden Gallagher.
No, he's long across goal.
He's had to go long across goal, but it's a good kick. Could open up the game. Good quick hand pass. Sold his teammate into trouble though in Winton. He's gone holding the ball. He thought he might have got a hand pass away, but this is danger signs here for the Magpies. Rogerson sends a tumbling sort of a ball as a free kick, and it's going the way of Wests. Well done from Edwards. And he win the free, and he hand passed to Gallagher, and he'll go towards half-back. Janky Kane, the target. Big ball from Howard over the back with the punch. Punch further forward from Winton. Goes second effort. So does Howard. Both miss the footy. Trying to get it again is Howard. He regained his feet, but he'll see it over the boundary. And we'll have a stoppage right in front of the wing position here. Good crowd this afternoon that have come in. They've a lot of expectations on this Magpies outfit in season 2019. They've sort of spluttered a bit at different stages so far, but if they can get a win today, they're down at the moment, but it could just kick-start their year as Winton, or he turns over the hand pass. Evans, likewise, except with a kick. Went to Beam, back to Winton, towards the middle of the ground, searching sort of a ball. The Magpies have open space. Hand pass over the top, should hit Dennis now. He's going to run through McCarthy Homes Oval. Feeds another hand pass. Okay decision to Reed. Now it'll go to Edwards. 49 metres out. He'll set it on its way. And that is the Maggie's second. As we've got a little bit of an issue on the wing. But that takes nothing away from Daniel Edwards' sensational kick. It brings the margin back to 11 point, 2-2-14 the Magpies. Morningside 3-7-25. Looks like both players will break from that scrimmage. But nonetheless, fantastic movement from the Magpies, something we haven't really seen at all today, and we haven't seen too much of in 2019, Adrian.
No, look, that was really good to see. Sorry, pardon me. Yeah, really good to see. They had a lot of open space ahead of them, and they used it very, very quick. Look, wasn't the prettiest movement. A lot of handball over the top, but it worked for them. And again, they backed themselves in for a bit of quick play through that open space. It worked for them.
So back in the middle, Magpies just keeping it within that 2 to 3 goal margin. Of course, they didn't kick any goals in that opening term. They've already got 2, and we've played only 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes into this second term. So at least they're starting to get the scoreboard ticking over a fraction.
I've liked Crawford's game this quarter so far. Looks really dangerous in that centre square.
The veteran, he's certainly having a very consistent year. He's been one of their better performers. Speaking of him, he later tackled their calls of a high tackle against him aren't on. There's going to be another stoppage just forward to centre here for Wests. Give the honours to Highlands that time. Janky Kane with a scrubbing sort of a kick clearance. Pendlebury feeds a hand pass out. Howard got it off the bounce. Evans in trouble. Well, he really worked himself into it that time. You're not going to get past Riley Easton, Macaulay Lonigan too many times. Lonigan, Austin, well, he flew way too early. Thought he was Modra. Instead, it's going to be a free kick to Frame. Tell you what, if he hung up there, that would have been mark of the decade, I reckon.
He got a good sit.
Hold back
Yeah,
now,
he just hung
Ethan.
there.
Behind the contest, Ethan.
So
Stay there
Frame
behind it. Behind it, Ethan.
towards halfback. Hodge will fly and he'll almost take the mark. He was spoiled though. Coming in is Howard. He's starting to have an influence on this game. Kicks it up the line. Intercepted from Gallagher. Will send it a chiseling sort of a ball, but goes over the head of Carl Reid. You're not going to want him in an aerial contest too many times. He's turned it over to Dignan, who goes very short. Evans to Dignan. And he's smothered off the boot from Beams. Well done. Now the numbers converge. Riley Easton dispossessed still. Falls out though the Magpies' way. Janky Kane trying to trail the football. Falls further back. Morningside turn it over, but they've turned it over again. It's going to be a free kick. As Crawford sent it in, it's going the way of Morningside.
Yeah, I think Rogerson was dumped after he got rid of that footy.
It's going to be you.
So Rogerson, there's an open option. It's Rayner. Good score there from Scott. Good commitment from both players. He had to wear a blow that time. Crawford, hand pass up the line by 10 metres. This game has really gone up a notch here. They know the stakes this afternoon. Cameron Reeves, Livesey. That's a snapping ball. It's out on the full.
That was unbelievable by Scott. That is toughness.
And that could lift aside Janky Kane. Now he's got an option defensively. Gallagher is playing the sort of quarterback role this afternoon. Sends it very wide. You'll find Goodall. He'll play on. Go up the line. Not the greatest of kicks. Goes over Godfrey's head. He'll get there first though for Morningside as an hand passing option back. Dignan. And it's a good ball as well. He'll find Joyce, who's right on the wing. Close to the boundary. He's called to play on, and he'll just have to set it up and hope. Big pack of flares. Dwyer from the back spoils it over the line. That'll be a throw in.
So I'm meant to be doing some stats today, but they've just gone out the window. This game is getting really, really intriguing. Cannot keep my eyes off it at the moment.
Certainly a very even contest in this second term. I'm looking at Macaulay Lonigan on the boundary. He's certainly been in and under a lot this afternoon. Really like his jib. And there's no doubt he's such an important player for the Magpies' fortunes week to week as Dwyer wins the tap down, trying to go through Rayner. He's taken on by 2 and he's called for holding the ball. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Drew Mitchell. It's going to be 50 as well. I don't think he was too happy with it. So she's going the way of Brenton Saunders, so everyone will quickly move up the ground.
Magpies are, yeah, they're starting to wake up here.
Saunders inside, not the greatest of kicks. Goodall sold in the trouble immediately by Evans, and we'll have a ball up. That's at times what's let the Magpies down in season 2019. They have these good spurts of momentum, but just skill errors really killed them.
Yeah, look, I was just saying, they looked really good. They got that 15-minute penalty. They had players streaming them forward, really getting hungry. And, you know, as always happens, the commentator's curse. You give them a rap, and they let you down.
Give the honours to Hodge that time from the tap, trying to search after it's McNeese, didn't get there. Edwards sends it forward with an inside-out top. It's going to be a big contest coming up. Austin was beaten to it, coming through is Nyland Rowe. Got a soccering sort of a ball away, a bit of a scrub. It's turned over. Beams, Dwyer, Beams feeds it back to the quarterback this afternoon in Gallagher. And he's got an option in Edwards, who's really starting to get into this game. He has it on a half-back, but there's absolutely nothing ahead. Dads has positioned himself well. The only option he's got is Carl Reid is long, so he's going to have to go short to Beams, who's worked so hard. He's had to run about 100 metres just to get there. Now they're not much ahead in terms of leading targets, so he's just going to have to set it up. Highlands and Dwyer fly at the same ball. It's punched out of play.
I like to see the Magpies open themselves off a bit. It's just everyone's gone to that far wing. Everyone's flooded over there. I'd like to see him pull some guys back into the centre. Maybe look for that switch a bit more.
So it'll be Hodge and Dwyer once again in the ruck. Hodges had the better of these hit-outs. Dwyer wins it that time. Well done. Straight to the front of the pack. It'll be interesting to see if this game goes along and Hodge continues his dominance, if he starts to get a little bit more expansive with his tap work. Quite a bit of them just being tapped to the bottom of the feet at the moment. Not too much penetration. Edwards sends it forward. Lumber couldn't quite take the mark. Coming hard is Luke Mitchell, dispossessed. That's a sensational tackle. Both sides tackling pressure has been outstanding. And that time it was Daniel Frame. And he'll have the free kick. He's called to move it along. He's got an option. Don't know how Isaiah Edwards got so free that time. Nonetheless, he goes up the line. He'll find his ruckman in Hodge. He's just forward. Centre right on the boundary though, so he's just going to have to set up a hoik. Colenso the target.
Oh.
No mark taken from Green as it fall to the bottom. It's going to go out of play. Another throw in.
Stay tight.
Every player is in one half of the ground at the moment, virtually. Which means you're going to get a lot of contested ball, but sometimes that's the best footy you can watch because it just shows the best qualities of footballers in terms of their aggression. Goodall took it out of the ruck, and umpires said, give it to me. Of course, this year one of the rule changes is more freedom for ruckmen to take it out of the ruck and get rid of it. Falls to the bottom of the pack, going in. Rayner, is this another chance? He's gone across the face of goal, so it's out on the full.
Push, boys.
A free kick to Clay Beams.
One thing I've noticed with both teams' defensive setups, very, very different. Morningside have sort of got those taller intercept markers, whereas the Western Magpies, they wait for it to come ground, they put a lot of pressure on, really want to run it out.
Good spoil there from Swan. Nyland Rowe is taken out of bounds. Good tackle from Scott. Cameron Reeves.
And Western Magpies using Gallagher a lot, especially as you said, that quarterback role, really using him to set up their entries into the centre line.
There's the throw in. Hodge over the top, wins it decisively, goes down to Mitchell. He tapped it on towards Fletcher. Trying to take the mark is Highlands. He's up against two. Two of the best defenders of this Morningside unit, Beck and Frame. Good kick from Beck. And he'll find Swan right in front of the Morningside coaching box. Now where does Swan want to go to next? Again, there's not too much ahead in terms of lead, so he's just going to have to hoik it and hope that someone takes a mark. Hodge almost did. Mallon's pushed off the ball. So's Russ and Rayner. Rayner at the bottom of the pack, as you ever expect. And we'll have a ball up right in front of us. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, Morningside got 2 late goals in that opening term. The Magpies have steadied a little here. Very evenly poised game as Riley Easton. Sensational tackle. He is an absolute terrier. Of course, he did win the Rising Star Award in season 2018. He's got such a bright future ahead of him. One of those players you just can't dislike. Speaking of him, breaks away from the pack, sends it towards the forward line. It was hard work for Highlands there. He was up against 2. Frame. Defensive sweeper, Beck, hand pass short. Dignan has got Swan over the top and uses him now with the hand pass. Swan spent it really before he got it. Howard put himself under a little bit of pressure. Good composed kick though to Cameron Reeves. What can Morningside do? Well, that's gone off the schnoz there of Evans, and it's been turned over. Lonigan, hand pass outside Highlands. He's got to get rid of it quickly. He'll set it up, and it's going to be an interesting sort of a ball. Frame comes in, so does Nyland. Rowe comes off hands, getting their first hand pass over the back. There was Reed.
That's holding the ball.
It could be holding the ball, and it is a throw. It is paid. It was a very delayed decision from the umpire.
Morningside just let a golden opportunity go. Dads was sitting out on that far end all by himself. They worked that switch beautifully, and then just simplest of mistakes at the last second, causing that turnover. And Western Magpies now with a shot on goal.
So Brody Lumber is going to have a shot on goal. He'll have to kick from about 48. He'll set it on its way. Umpire was always going to the right side. So another behind here for the Magpies. That brings their score to 2-3-15. 10 points down at the moment against Morningside's 3-7-25. A bit inaccurate both sides currently. The game moves along. Another stoppage. We're 65 metres out from goal. Magpies would love another one before half-time, another 2. Of course, there's plenty of time left in this second term. We've only played less than 19 minutes. Dwyer wins it down. Hand pass off was good. Joyce breaks from the pack. Left foot ball. Good spoil from Winton. Again, numbers just converging around it. Magpies get the turnover though. Good defensive pressure, and that's another fantastic tackle, which is a feature of play of both sides, but particularly Morningside. Sent forward from Godfrey. This is going to be a foot race. Live see the late inclusion. Can he keep it in? It's gone out of play. He's got a bit of toe, the young lad, doesn't he?
He does. The other thing I've noticed with Morningside is they're using that left side as they move down forward. So you notice the first quarter they were using this commentary side. This quarter they're on the outer side, so they're really liking going down that single side.
They're very evenly poised at the moment. The Western Magpies have wrestled momentum back to a degree. At least they've got a couple of goals on the board in this second term. It's kicked away from Edwards towards half back. Big pack up 3 form. Numbers further will converge. Trying to win at the bottom of the pack. Pendlebury feeds a hand pass out. Well done. Cameron Reeves fed it out again. Joyce towards the forward line. Flyers go free kick. It's going the way of the Panthers for a hold. Looked like there could have been a jumper tug there, and he is going to go to Russ. He was prohibited from jumping at the ball, inhibited in his loop. And Lockie Russ will be lining up for his first goal this afternoon.
It's be a handy goal here. What are we? We're 20 and a half minutes into the second quarter, so probably a handy goal here as we close in on halftime.
So Russ sets it on its way, makes the umpire really work, and it's hit the post. Bad miss there. Morningside really missing some opportunities in this first half. They've had, in terms of scoring shots, 11 to 5, of course, not counting those. They've gone out of the full. So they could be further in front. They really should have asserted their dominance in that opening term. But as it stands, it's 11-point margin off the hands. Going in hard is Drew Mitchell. Gets a hand pass away. Finds Lumber. His hand pass was quick.
Yeah, still only 11 points. The Morningside coaching staff will be very disappointed they don't have a more comfortable lead at the moment.
Especially between these two. No love lost. Very competitive units, both of these two. Going in hard is Howard. And it's a good left foot ball. Sends it towards half forward. Russ going to take the mark. Well done there from Sivic to force the spoil. He's going to have to go for the second effort over Livesey, who got a hand pass away to Dads, and they're streaming through. Going inside, Russ. Sensational kick to Cameron Reeves.
That is a clever kick.
Fantastic vision. You saw Darcy Cameron Reeves had some space right in the guts of the forward 50. And he'll have a shot at goal to try and extend this margin back to 17 points.
Well, I mean, look, it's... No, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to put the Moors on him.
Darcy Cameron Reeves.
They've fallen into a bad habit here, Morningside. They need to get out of it very, very quickly if they want to take control of this game.
We'll set it on its way. It's gone to the left, so it's 3 goals, 9 at the moment for Morningside. This could turn into a problematic story. So now it's only a 2-goal margin. Could have been a lot worse after that opening term. Credit to the Magpies to persist and stay in this game. Is Edwards in the last line of defence. We'll send it towards half-back. Beams has taken the mark. In front of Cameron Reeves, he's got Green presenting short. Decides not to use him. He's going to look to go across the ground. Luca Winton is in a world of space. It's a shocking kick. He's going to do well here. He's done well to at least force the ball onto the ground, because he knew if he took it, he was going to get dispossessed straight away. It's gone off the soccer, but it's turnover. Good smother from Easton. And then he lays a secondary tackle. And out of all the results that could have happened there for the Magpies, after that kick from Clay Beams, that's probably one of the better ones.
Well, that's the second time a kick across goal from the Western Magpies and nearly come undone. So that's something we really need to look at.
Rogerson tapped it down. It went straight to Saunders, though, whose kick was smothered. Off the bottom of the pack, hand pass fed back to Cameron Reeves. He'll send it in. One-on-one contest in the square. No mark taken there from Mallon. Going in, and that's a goal. No, from Livesey. It's to the near side. So 3 goals, 10 to Morningside.
Livesey's really starting to put his hand up in the second quarter.
He is, but they're butchering it in front of goal at the moment. They wouldn't want to live to regret this.
Bill!
There's big
Austin.
kick in there for Beams and a big mark from Austin. You called it, AJ. Austin goes quickly. Finds Carl Reid, who wheels around.
They've got to move it. They've got open space. They've got to move it quickly.
He tries to find a teammate there in Fletcher. He's got the free kick. It's gone against Pendlebury. It's a pretty open forward line, but numbers are now starting to push back, so he's going to send it long. Big kick. Beck does well to try and force the spoil. He was up against Highlands. Reid goes for the second effort. He's at the bottom of the pack. Good tackle from Janky Kane. And the Magpies have at least tied it up. And they'll just try and squeeze this ball in now.
They've been good with making the most of their opportunities this quarter, the Western Magpies.
It's always could have been a push out there for Rogerson. Highlands lays the tackle, comes out of the pack. Macaulay Lonigan got a hand pass. Lumber was dispossessed. It's cleared away and it goes towards the middle of the ground. That's no mark taken. Livesey, he'll run onto this ball. He's done well. He gets a kick away.
Did very
It was
well.
rather inventive, really. It's been turned over, though. It's well done from the Magpies. Good composure. Riley Easton, one of the shorter men on the ground. He's got some time. He's looping sort of a hand pass. Very dangerous. Edwards has to do well, and he doesn't. And it's going to be a ball up. He did well to at least ride himself into the tackle.
Yeah, I thought Deegan could have really buried him there.
The back of the contest, winning it down was Dwyer. Goes straight to Rayner, who'll just kick it towards half forward. Gallagher there first for the Magpies. Feigned well with the dummy. Goes up the line. Oh, almost a mark taken from Austin. Probably should have taken it in the end. Hand pass from Lumber to Lonigan. He's got an option presenting. It's a good kick from
That's better.
the Maggies. And the mark has been taken inside the forward 50 by Aaron Highlands.
I feel the Western Magpies, they're still not getting as much of the footy as Morningside. They've probably got about 35% of the footy, I reckon, for the game. But they're just starting to pick up a bit of momentum, a bit of confidence.
So if Aaron Highlands can kick this, he can bring it back to 7 points. And they are really in this game. He sets it on its way. Well, the wind has really worked that one. He was online, but just carried to the right. So that's one behind to the Magpies. Brings it back to 2 straight kicks. 3-10-28. 2-4-16, 26 and a half gone on Sunday afternoon football. Nowhere you'd rather be. It'll be a very tight physical contest. It's been enthralling to watch as the ball gets transferred back to Nyland Rowe, dropped it, and then his kick is smothered. So another chance here for the Magpies.
Excellent defensive pressure there from the Western Magpies.
You're just seeing
Cubby movement, forwards movement.
the ground here again, everyone moving to one half of the ground. Magpies trying to really trap this ball in. It'll be Highlands against Hodge in the right. Give the honours to Hodge that time. Janky Kane tried to tap it up, but didn't really get much of it. Well done from Godfrey to work out of there. Dwyer pushed off his opponent, and he's given away the free kick to Colenso. So that's a real let-off for the Panthers. Colenso, he's going to look inboard, but has to go back to Frame. Frame has got Joyce presenting short, doesn't go there instead. Goes up the line, and you'll find Dignant. Dignant, feign to go first to Godfrey, then to Hodge, then decides to run. Good composure. Rayner, though, couldn't take the mark. He steps around his opponent, though, in the line again, goes back, and they've got options in the middle of the ground. Morningside have opened up the game. Goes to Joyce, to Dads, 48 metres out. Spearing sort of a ball to Mullen, who's got it. That was sensational work there from Rayner to feign outside, then go back inside. It really opened up the ground, and from there, Morningside had some really good ball movement. It's going to result in a shot on goal from Ed Mallon.
That was that switch they were looking for earlier, and that time it came off and looked really, really good when they did it. Very, very quick movement of the ball.
So Mallon
It's
hoiked it, and he's really let himself down with that effort. It's one behind, and that's half-time. It's a 13-point margin in favour of Morningside. Could be a lot more after that opening turn. They had so many shots on goal. 3-11-29, 2-4-16 at this Sunday afternoon football game between two Brisbane rivals. It's been An enthralling one. It's been a physical one. We'll just run you through the goal kickers. Not too many to go through. James Rayner has 2 for the Panthers. Ryan Dadds has 1, whilst for the Magpies, they scored 2 goals in that quarter, 1 to Edwards and 1 to Highlands. Adrian O'Reilly.
Yeah, well, look, I think 2 goals to 1 there to the Western Magpies that quarter. They didn't have a lot of the footy, but they won it on the scoreboard, which is all that matters. Still, it's only a 2-goal lead to Morningside. It is a low-scoring game, but I think it's very, very wide open at the moment. The one thing I can see is that the Western Magpies are using the ball a lot better when they've got it. I think Morningside are butchering the ball a fair bit. They looked really good on that last play, but they need to carry that on a bit more. I think just skill areas are really hurting them at the moment.
So we're set up for a very intriguing second half here of QAFL action. Of course, as we have mentioned, Morningside, if they win today, they will go to 3rd. Magpies, depending on how much they win by, they could go into the top 5 and really kickstart their season. But they've got a little bit of work to do here at home. As 13-point lead to the Panthers. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second half in what has been an enthralling game so far and what promises to be a ripping second half of football. About to get underway in the second half of this round 8 QAFL clash. A Brisbane Derby. It's been a very willing contest in that opening half, low scoring, but you wouldn't want to be anywhere else because this is setting up for a tantalising second half. Morningside currently in 4th position, 13 points to the good over the home side, the Western Magpies. The scoreline reached 3-11. That's not a typo. They've been very inaccurate. 3-11-29 to 2-4-16. Magpies have got a bit to do in this second half to salvage a result and really kickstart their season, because if they go to 2-5, making the finals from there is traditionally incredibly difficult. Riley Sare, Adrian O'Reilly with you for the coverage. And Adrian, what have you liked so far from Morningside?
Look, Morningside, from both teams, especially Morningside, their attacking the footy's been really, really good. They've had a lot of the footy, they just haven't been able to put it through, put it on the scoreboard, make the most of it. On the flip side, Western Magpies really started to pick up a bit more in that second quarter. Again, didn't have a lot of the footy, but made the most of it when they had it. So, question is, will this game stay like it is and be a real arm wrestle, or will it open up as it goes on?
So, back in the middle to start this second half. Beautiful bounce from the umpire. Winning the tap down was Hodge, but we're going to have a stoppage. The umpire says, give it to me.
It's been the order of the day so far, stoppages. Repeat stoppages anyway.
Getting over the top there just was Lumber. But it's a clearing kick, and there's a little bit of holding off the ball. It's going to go the way of the Panthers. It's going to go to Livesey, who showed some toe in that opening half. He was the late inclusion, of course, if you've just joined us. Peter Mollison. Want to keep him away from Hedges. He nicked his finger this morning, and he's not playing this afternoon, the captain. He goes towards half forward. That's a good searching sort of a ball. The mark has been taken there from Godfrey. Godfrey. Central. That's a good ball as well to Ed Mallon. It was well done. He was very patient, and he let the ball lead his teammate into the hole. And Ed Mallon will have his shot on goal. He's currently scored 2 behinds. This will be a big kick and a great start for Morningside if they can get the first goal early. He virtually sprints in like he's about to do a long jump or something, and he's missed it to the right. So 1 behind, 3-12-30.
Bit of a different kicking style. He really gets under the footy, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. It was very quick sort of a run-up. Rather excitable, but fortunately for him, only the 1 point as Gallagher goes short into the pocket. To Sivic, who switches back. Not the greatest of kicks, but Winton does well to trap it, and then he'll go to Beams, and that's well done.
They're really cutting a fine line here.
I guess when you're in the position that they are, they know how important this second half is. The coaching staff of the Magpies knows how important this second half is for their season. You know, take some risks. Comes off hands. Beck bowls over Fletcher. Goes in again, trying to go in as well as Evans. Maybe caught Lonergan a tad high, but the umpire was blindsided, and we'll have a stoppage right in front of the Morningside coaching box. Go at it once again. Give the honours to Lumber that time. So that looks like a bit of a move in this second half. He's gone into the ruck. Trying to pick it up there was Dennis. He gets it eventually. Hand passes wide. Edwards. He's got to be careful. Breaks one. Can't break the second. And Rogerson has got him cold. It wasn't the greatest hand pass to him. And he tried his best, but he couldn't get past the second attempted tackle.
His panic station's a bit there for the Western Magpies.
So Rogerson towards the pocket. Sprawled over there from Gallagher. Beams. He's more than happy to see it over the boundary. We'll have a throw in, of course. I'm just seeing Ryan Harwood, who is the runner this afternoon for the Magpies. He is still out. He's rehabbing from injury. He hasn't played all season. I'd hope he'd be heavily involved in the second half of the year. Interesting.
It's big out.
He certainly is, I think, going into the season. The Maggies would have really wanted to see that Harwood Beams combo as that tap down. Mullen, Joyce, smothered off the boot. Goes back. Well done from Gallagher, like he's done all day. He's been the last line of defence. He'll send it out towards half-back. No mark taken there from Swan. Socket off the ground. It's going to be a foot race first there. Will be Joyce. Looks inside. Sets it up. And it's gone out of bounds. Gallagher assists it over.
He's been good today, Gallagher.
Oh, he's been one of the Magpies' best. Probably saved a couple of goals as well. He's just set himself up really well. Morningside have more or less really let him be that sort of spare. it would appear from afar. Pretty content to let him roam. And they're still in front here, of course, Morningside, so hasn't proved that fruitful. That's going to be a free kick going the way of Morningside. A bit of an overzealous tackle. The kick comes in. The target is Evans. Oh, he's done well. He's taken a one-handed pluck. He had to really stretch out there, the veteran. But he'll line up a goal. And if he kicks this, of course, based off Morningside's accuracy today, I'm not going to back him in. He can extend it to a 20-point margin.
Not a great deal of breeze around. We've got a little bit of the breeze coming from behind us, so maybe just going across around away from camera.
So Ash Evans, well, that is one of the worst kicks he'll ever have. I think he's almost stubbed the ground. And Gallagher, last line of defence. I really should get a recording of that and save myself the breath. Kick down the line towards half-back. Morningside have the numbers. Hand pass inside, finds Livesey. Livesey looks back, and he's going to find Pendlebury. Pendlebury's got Beck on our broadcast wing. It's a 50.
Oh.
So Austin, he's gone a little overzealous on the mark. And Morningside will have the opportunity. It's sent in. Pendlebury, kick towards Swan, couldn't take the mark. And now the Magpies, they've got a little bit of free space to roam. Highlands has taken the mark on half-back as the numbers converge forward. He'll set it on its way, a really shocking ball. And again, just skill errors is really costing him at the moment.
Kate Scott just didn't read that footy through the air.
Frame went to Beck. Beck, oh well, the umpire's blown early. Joyce though, don't know what Jack Austin was doing there. He just ran past his opponent. Joyce sends it forward. This could be dangerous. Evans, he's about 70 metres out from goal. It's a very congested forward 50, so he's just going to have to go short, caress the ball to McNeese. McNeese will go to Dignan. Now Dignan's a lefty. He can set up, he can fire, and he can goal! I don't think he put all of his boot into that. He just caressed it home, and Morningside have got the decisive first goal of this third term. It extends their margin to 20 points. 4-12-36, 2-4-16. 6.5 gone into this third term. Adrian O'Reilly.
It does just look too easy from Dignan. Look, good ball out to him all by himself. Took a few steps and just steadied himself. Eased it onto that left boot. Just beautifully through for a goal. It's funny you see goals like that from Dignan and you think, geez, it looks so easy, but then you look at the scoreboard and think, wow, how can they be like that? But that is footy, unfortunately.
It is, but sometimes, when you're on the run, you can just, and you got a little bit of time, you don't even sort of think about it. Look very instinctive. Of course, he's a very good user of the ball. We've seen that at various stages today. It's been rather clean and efficient. So the Magpies really need to get the next goal just to stay within touch. Low-scoring game, so every goal is going to prove crucial. It comes out of the middle. Fletcher, short shipping ball's okay. Finds Mitchell. That's of the Luke variety. Hand pass to Dwyer. Well, his hand pass was deflected by Hodge forward. Good contest between players. Lonigan, he's been good today. Crawford, intelligent kid. And he finds a Magpie, and that looks like it is Lumber.
Beck's very sore from that contest just then. Looks like he might have received a corky.
So Brody Lumber, he does have a bit of a breeze behind him. Perfect view almost here for you, whoever's watching at home, to ride this kick home, to bring it back to 14 points. And, well, he's really let us down. That's all you can say. It's a tough kick from there, but I think in the effort of distance, he just swayed himself a little right. He set that about 10 metres out on the full, so a missed opportunity there for the Magpies. 20-point lead to Morningside as Howard goes short. You'll find Cameron Reeves. Godfrey very wide on the boundary if he wants him. Instead he goes the 45 kick to Beck. Very dangerous because Beams can cut it off. Well done though from Mullen to get it off the bounce. He'll send it forward. Gallagher's got to collect and do it well. He gets the hand pass. Winton, they're under pressure. Well, he virtually hand passed it to himself. Fumbled. Goes back to Green. He'll retreat. And that's okay. He'll find Goodall. Jack Goodall hasn't had a massive influence this afternoon. He'll go short to Winton. Again, not much really ahead of him.
We've seen him get into trouble here a bit. What's his next option? long down the line again.
Morningside have forced this so well today. Hodge got it off the tap. Reed, though, gets the hand pass out to Dwyer. Gets a kick. It's going to pitch inside, but Austin couldn't get there in time. And we'll have a throw in right in front of the supporters here at McCarthy Homes Oval. Pretty good crowd this afternoon from both sides. Morningside have certainly travelled from their home down at Jack Esplin Oval. It's pretty good atmosphere. Of course, it is Sir Doug Nicholls round as well in the AFL.
I really like a Morningside setup when Western Magpies are coming out of their back line, just leaving no holes whatsoever for the Western Magpies to lead into.
Fletcher, hand pass trying to find Luke Mitchell. Hand passes wide. It's to the advantage of Dwyer if he can get there first. The big man has to feign a hand pass then. Kicks it up. That's going to be a big contest. Good spoil from Nyland Rowe. He did well against Aaron Highlands.
It's probably a good result there for the Magpies, actually.
It forces a stoppage, but I need goals, not stoppages. It must be said. And again, almost every player is in one half of the ground. This game being played a lot on the broadcast wing. As Mallon clears it away. That's a good mark to Beams. Just edged his opponent under it well that time, and Beams will set himself, and he's going to hoik a kick towards the hot spot. And that's almost taking the mark. There's Highlands on the bottom of the pack. He did everything but take it, to be honest with you.
Just dropped an
And it's going to be holding the ball. Well, after all of that, umpire has deemed that there was prior opportunity. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the Magpies. Just trying to see who's going to be taking this ball. Looks like it will be Aaron Highlands.
Got away with one there, Highlands. Dropped an absolute lolly.
But he did well in the second effort to trap the football in. And he has to kick this goal. Both sides have been inaccurate this afternoon. He needs to kick it for his side. Let's get the crowd up on the line. 25 out directly in front. Should be Elementary, and he's missed. Well, I've said this a couple of times in season 2019. Sides are trying to win with death by 1,000 behinds at the moment. And it seems at the moment it's going both ways. We're going in increments of one. That's not a great kick to Beams. Now he can kick it from there if he wants to. He steps around, sets it on its way. The Brisbane Lions ex-player has done it.
Just makes it look so easy.
He's had his moment that time, Clay Beams, and just like that, the Magpies have got their first of the second half, and it brings the margin back to 13 points, 4-12-36 to 3-5-23. 12 minutes gone into this third quarter. Adrian O'Reilly.
What a beautiful finish there from Beams. I was about to say, before he played on, I was about to say about him, he should just, he's one of the best kicks in their team. He should just go back and take the shot upon himself. Instead, he decided to play on and take it. Look, it works either way. It doesn't matter how they go through, as long as they go through. Very badly needed goal there for the Western Magpies.
Well, that kick was absolutely pure off the boot. You could see it as soon as he kicked it. That was going through.
He is one of their best at ball users, so you expect guys like that to really finish their work.
So back in the middle, Rucks contest it. They virtually tapped into each other's hands. Good tackle there on Joyce. Janky Kane tried to pick it up. He's taken after he got rid of the ball. No free kick. And we'll have a stoppage just forward to centre here for the Magpies.
Western Magpies, a few times this game, they've got a little bit of momentum and really look like they're going to step up another gear, and they just haven't got there yet. So I'd really like to see them, put their foot down a bit.
Be another ball up. Dwyer be going up. That time it goes away. Morningside Eastern, no tackle straight away as soon as he got the football. There'll be another stoppage. Certainly a lot of stoppages this afternoon. Not that much decisive clearances. It's one of those games where it's really been contested in the clinches. It's a free kick. It's going the way of Rogerson. So what can the left footer do? He's got leading options. And Isaiah Edwards, instead he's going to go further up the line. It's going to go to Evans. One-on-one contest against Green. The cavalry arrive for the Magpies with the spoil. Russ couldn't do much with the football. Just playing between the boundary. Crawford, he feints well there, the veteran. That was a wily move. Gets past 2. Sends it to the line. No free kick. It's going to be going towards half forward. One-on-one contest. Dads and Beams. No mark taken. Beams is taken in the back. Again, there's just so many numbers around this football, and it's going to be a ball up about 50 metres out. On Morningside's attacking goal. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, Morningside have led from the word go in what has been a low-scoring contest, but it's set itself up very nicely. Edwards, he's tackled by 2 Magpies, so the intensity is certainly very high out there. Both sides know how important this game is for their respective fortunes in 2019. Mallon sharks it off the tap. Couldn't do much with the ball, though. Still just sitting at the bottom of the pack. Good tackle from Crawford there on Joyce. And we'll have another ball up. Going it once again. Dwyer wins it down just. It's tied up. It falls out eventually. Rayner, well, he's tied up immediately. We'll have another stoppage inside this forward 50. Give the honours to Rogerson. Falls to the back. Winton couldn't do much with it. Janky Kane falls over his feet. Godfrey fed it out. Mallon sets it towards goal, but that's closer to the road than the goals. It's even missed the net, so it's going to be a free kick in the back pocket here for the Magpies.
Someone in the crowd's going to get a kick.
We just wait for it to come in.
Sort of around that halfway mark is third quarter. They're still holding that 13-point lead, Morningside. Around the 2-goal margin, they've had it for a while. Western Magpies just can't break through that margin at the moment. They really need the next goal, need it quickly.
Beams, massive kick in. Big at the back, my goodness! No mark taken from Dwyer, but he set himself up well there. It's going to be a throw in.
Oh, I'm definitely watching the replay of that when I get home.
We'll just have to Photoshop a footy in. We'll make a great photo.
He was up there for ages.
Rogerson got front position. Crawford tries to break away, gets the soccer. Lonergan couldn't pick it up. It's turned over. Morningside will head towards half forward. Big contest trying to come in. Green couldn't take the mark. Falls off hands. Russ. Now it goes to Joyce. One-on-one contest. This is dangerous!
Good body work.
For the Maggies, and Godfrey did so well there just to work his opponent in Lockie Dennis under the football. He's going to have a shot 30 metres out directly in front. But as we've said, nothing's a guarantee today in front of goal.
That's just really good body work. He didn't give away a free kick, didn't put the hands in the back, just use the shoulder, just nudge his own opponent out.
So Godfrey, so clean with the ball. He's going to line up. He'll probably kick from 30 at most. Sets it on its way. He's missed. 4 goals, 13 this afternoon, Morningside. They really, a lot of those misses came in the opening term, but they could have put this game to the sword. Instead, the Magpies are still in it. It's a 14-point margin. It's sent back into the field of play. Evans was ready in the back. He tried to get the footy, but it's no free kick.
Well, yeah, they were 2 goals 6 at quarter time, and now 4-14, 4-13.
It's really just infected their game. They might be doing some goal-kicking practice down at Jack Esplin Oval this week. But nonetheless, all that matters is that they're in front, and that's what they are at the moment. It's been tight, it's been contested. It's a bit opposite to the last 2 weeks where they kicked over 100 points both times as Morningside break away from the pack. It's a free kick, it's going the way of the Magpies.
It's a funny thing, goal kicking. It's such an easy thing. It can become such a psychological hurdle.
Dwyer. He received it. He's just going to send it towards half forward. It's trying to find Mitchell. It's still in the field of play. Now it goes out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in. Just on the half forward line here for West. It'll be Lumber and Hodge. Hodge wins it down. He's been so valiant all day. Going on his own, of course, Peter Mollison is not there this afternoon. Towards the wing position came the kick. Rogerson couldn't take the mark. The Magpies have turned it over. Janky Kane fed it out to Winton, and Winton has sent it out of play, out of bounds. So it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be taken by McNeese. He will go quickly to Dignan. Now there is a switch on if they really want to take a risk. Nyland Rose said himself, but
That should be a perfect kick.
he's just content, Lockie Dignan, to send it up the line. Big contest. Hodge. Well, he took a few of those sort of contested marks in the opening term, and he's taken one now in the third. He worked Lumber out well, and he sends a short ball
Went all about 9 metres that ball, I think.
to Rayner. Rayner inside to Pendlebury. Pendlebury back. They've done this well, Dignan.
Just not willing to pull the trigger at the moment, Morningside.
Where does Dignan want to go? He sort of steps back, and he's going to go again towards the boundary. They're just playing a bit of ball control at the moment. Evans. They're probably perfectly content to do this. And just really suck the life out of the Magpies line up. He goes short, and Rayner's got it.
Tighten up, boys! Look around!
Where does Rayner want to go? He's going to now hoik it long. It's going to go to a contest in the forward 50. This big spoil from Goodall. Send it over the fence, off the bounce, and it'll be a throw-in. About 45 metres out from the attacking goal of Morningside. If they can strike another one before three-quarter time in what has been such a low-scoring affair, could be a hammer blow for this Magpies outfit. Coming out of the pack. The ball slips out. Magpies win it though from the clearance. Dangerous kick. Big ball to be won here. The bounce favours Beck. He tapped it down in front of Reed. Reed does well on the second effort. Hand pass over the top. He's being dumped after it. It's going to go the way of Beams. Slightly downfield. Beams goes short, finds Janky Kane. He's got Reed over the top of the hand pass. Frame's going to approach him, so he's going to have to hand pass again. He's got crunched. He got poleaxed by Daniel Frame. They're such a physical outfit, Morningside. And Daniel Frame, he's been very good this afternoon.
Got away with one there, Frame. I think the umpire missed that.
As the ball comes back in after another stoppage. Hodge front position. Joyce couldn't get it. Nida could dash. Joyce again. Tackled by two. That could be holding the ball. It is holding the ball. Well done there from Scott. He's won the free kick. And what's ahead of him? Morningside have currently got two spare, one of them being Hodge, so you can't really just let it go. That's what he decides to do. Flying over the back, no mark taken. It's a turnover, Nyland Royal. Oh, that's a smother off the boot. Hodge has hurt himself off the smother. I think that's really collected his leg. It's a free kick for a hold. It's going the way of Colenso. Hodge gets up slowly defensively, but he looks like he'll be okay. Sent forward from Colenso. Both players fall over. Well, that is very unlucky for Winton. To Joyce. 40 metres out. Good tackle there from the Magpies too. Coming in now is Saunders. This will be a ball up in the forward pocket. Great play, great pressure there from the two Western Magpies players to force that off Joyce's boot.
Yeah, look, Winton did really, really well to get the fist of that ball. Unfortunately, it's just gone straight into Joyce's hands. Yeah, but good backup pressure by his teammates, helping out with Winton there.
It comes out, Dads. Hand pass, he's dispossessed. Highland, oh, that's a dangerous tackle. That was immediately going to be called. You knew it as soon as he did it.
They're not happy,
and they're not happy about it. He's just been a bit overzealous. You wouldn't want to give a 50 here.
Well, if Morningside are careful, I wouldn't want to get this reversed. This is a golden opportunity.
But Aaron Highlands, you love aggression, but you want it to be controlled, and especially with the tackle interpretations in football currently. That could be costly. Nathan Colenso, he will line up at goal to try and extend this to 20 points the margin. He's only kicked the one behind this afternoon. He's just waiting. The mark, don't quite know what was going on there, but Colenso.
They've sorted it out. There's two umpires down there, so they should be able to sort it out.
He's going to have a shot. Big kick in the context of this one. This could be a nail in the Magpies' coffin, and they love it. 20 points the margin, very low scoring game. But Morningside at crucial stages this afternoon have come up with the answers. 5:13:43, 3:5:23, 24 minutes gone into this third quarter. And Morningside, they've just kept this margin since quarter time really around this 2 to 3 goal mark.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big goal. You know, Western Magpies are going to want to get the next one, especially before three-quarter time. If they let the Panthers get the next one, it could be lights out. In a low-scoring game, to be down by just over 4 goals, that's a big lead to try and cut back.
Well, the Magpies, they really need one before three-quarter time just to take something in. Coach Bryden Morgan, he's come down to the bench. He's currently training the Clay Beams. He knows the importance of this last quarter and a bit for his side's fortune in 2019. Reed does well to read it. He sends it towards the forward line. Austin hasn't imposed himself that much today. He's been worn like a glove by Frame. Beck, good kick down the line. That's good composure from Nathan Beck.
Beck's starting to throw his body around a bit.
And he finds Godfrey. And Godfrey will send it towards the wing. Hodges at the back. He's got to fly. Forces the contest on Highlands to at least force to the ground. It will be a throw in.
Hodges looks like he's recovered all right.
Yeah, I was a little concerned there initially. He looked like he was in a lot of pain, but he looks to be okay. Also noticing as well, Nathan Beck, he's not moving 100%. He's got heavy strapping on his left leg. You can presume that could be a calf injury.
Yeah, I think, sorry, Raz. I think Beck did get a bit of a corky this early in the third quarter. I saw him limping around.
So it's going to be a free kick. Livesey got the clearance away. But it's going to be a free kick to the Magpies on the wing position. It's going to go to Edwards. Dworsey kicked a ripping goal in that second quarter. And he'll send it along Dwyer, the target. Spoiled off hands. Morningside of the numbers at the back of the pack. First one there's Pendlebury. Just sort of interesting sort of a dribbling kick, but it works. And that's almost a mark there to Godfrey.
That's nearly a brilliant mark.
But again, it's over the boundary, and Morningside would be more than okay with this.
Going back with the flight of the footy, not knowing what's coming your way, very, very gutsy thing to do. Takes a special sort of human to do that.
So late stages of this third quarter, we ticked over 26 minutes. Morningside are in pole position at the moment. Go over once again. That's actually gone out in the full, so this is a chance for the Magpies to try and snag one before three-quarter time. Sent in the 50 from Easton. Big fly, no mark taken, going in hard. Is Godfrey, comes off the hands. Evans will get the hand pass back after breaking from the pack. He's got Dad short. That's a good kick. It sits well for him. Morningside could strike the killer blow here. He's just got to set it over the top. Not the greatest of kicks. It's bounced pretty poorly there for Rogerson. Winton does well. It's still in the field of play. Edwards runs back 50 metres out, snaps it up. Morningside of the numbers. Now the numbers converge from the Magpies. Falls to the bottom of the pack. It's really tight in there. Trying to get it out is Russ. Fed over the top. Dads 40 out. Snaps a goal and he's just missed. Ryan Dads. He kicked the first goal of this one in the opening term.
Don't know if the umpires got caught behind there, but I think Luca Winton was very unlucky. Chasing that footy is the man on him, Morningside man on him, had a big fistful of jumper.
That's not a great kick. It's gone to Hodge in the middle of the ground from Beams. He's done that a couple of times today, Clay Beams. Switch wide from Hodge is a good one. And they quickly go here once again. Morningside, Godfrey sends from half forward towards the full forward line, towards the goal square. Could it go over the back? Gallagher taps it through for a behind. Extends their scoreline to 5:15.
And they can smell
45.
They can smell the blood here, Morningside. Really starting to move it forward quickly with a lot of authority.
Sort of been the theme later in quarters today. Morningside have really flexed their muscle. They did in the opening term and they're doing it now. Dwyer goes short, finds Beams. Beams has got Easton quickly for the hand pass. He was running past, but he didn't really want it, so he's just going to have to send it towards a contest. That's a good spoil over the back. Coming in with the hand pass, will go inside to Easton. Easton goes short, but he was chopped off. Morningside, again, just have all the answers at the moment. That's a good kick to Livesey. Well done there from Howard. It goes from Livesey towards the wing position. Getting there first is Edwards. That is Isaiah. He'll step inside. Good kick to Livesey. But barely travelled the 15. I really like Livesey's game this afternoon. He goes to Swan. Swan goes outside. They're just trying to open up the ground. Godfrey finds Russ. He's about 50 out. 50 and closing. Spearing sort of a ball, but it's been cut off. There'll be another stoppage inside the forward 50.
Yeah, just on Livesey, late call-up. He's really made the most of it today. It's been good. I've been really impressed with him.
So it'll be another throw. If Morningside can get another goal here before three-quarter time, you just get the feeling it might be a bridge too far for the Magpies.
Yeah, 29 minutes gone in the third quarter, so it's probably only one more goal in this quarter.
Godfrey, hand pass wide. Rogerson off his non-preferred right foot. Sets it up. Big fly from Colenso. He's taken it! Well, he flew up.
Just fell in his lap.
And it fell in his lap. Basically, as soon as he dropped down, and Nathan Colenso will have a shot to extend it to 28 points the margin. He hasn't kicked a goal yet today. Well, he's going to line up here, step in, and, well,
Wow.
they really need to do some goal-kicking work this week at Morningside.
He just rushed that. He had, I don't know. He had his allotted 30 seconds. He didn't take it.
My apologies. I do believe he actually kicked a goal. He did in the free kick. Thank you. The gentleman who reminded me from my right. As it stays in the field of play, Lonigan. Rayner sets it up towards the 50. That's a good run at it. Falls to the bottom. Rogerson, Dads almost kept it in front of him. Goes to Lonigan. They're just holding on for dear life at the moment, the Magpies. Back at the back, it's three-quarter time. There's the siren. 23 points the margin, so less than 4 goals in it. We know the Magpies, they can get a run on it if they get some momentum, but quite frankly, at the moment, they just don't look like it. 5-16, 46 to 3-5, 23. Just running you through the goal kickers so far today. 2 to James Rayner, 1 to Lockie Dignam, 1 to Colenso, which I didn't credit him before, and 1 to Ryan Dads. And then for the Magpies, it's all singles, Beams, Edwards, and Highlands. So the Maggies, they've got a job to do to really save their season here.
Oh, look, they do, but Morningside a lot of missed opportunities. You know, that may come back to haunt them. But, I mean, the way they're playing at the moment, they do have a lot of the footy. Yeah, it's going to be a tough comeback for the Western Magpies.
So we'll be back in about 5 minutes for the final quarter. Shade dispense upon McCarthy Homes Oval. Magpies all to do in the last. Final quarter about to get underway here from McCarthy Homes Oval, and it must be said, the Western Magpies have got 30 minutes to revive their season, which by the minute, unfortunately for them, is looking like it's going by the wayside more and more. Currently sitting 2 wins, 4 losses. Unless something dramatic changes, they're heading to loss number 5, a team with so much expectations in season 2019. Looking like it's going to be quite a disappointing year if this is the way it's going to continue. Morningside 23 points to the good as we're about to get underway. Riley Starry, Adrian O'Reilly with you for the coverage. And Adrian, what do the Magpies do from here? They've just looked so lost at stages today.
They have. They look very lost at stages. Look, I think you're right that this is almost their season on the line. You know, 3 and 4 looks a lot better than 2 and 5, and if they can, and this would be a huge win for them.
Rogerson won the tap down. Beams looks like he's moved into the middle, sends it towards the forward line. Big fly from Beck, no mark taken. Going into Lumbers, comes off hands. That's a snap towards goal from Reed. Goes over the back. First there is Nyland Rowe, moves his opponent under it off the left peg. Sends it up the line. It's a good kick to frame as well. Back in the lineup today, he's been very good. So resolute in defence. Him and Nathan Beck, such a formidable defensive duo. That could be a push out. Free kick there against Saunders, not paid. Nonetheless, Morningside have the ball. Kick inside is a good one to Rayner, who's been so creative at times for the Panthers this afternoon. That's a searching ball towards the forward line. No mark taken from Hodge. Falls down. This could be a death blow. McNeese sends it on its way. It's dribbling. And
It's gone through.
It's a goal. Well, that has gone through for a goal. Nathan Colenso has come up a bit worse for wear.
That could be the nail right there.
It sends it to 29 points the margin. We'll give that one to Ben McNeese that time. It's his first of the afternoon. Scoreline reads 6-16-52 to the Magpies 3-5-23. And we were talking about saving their season. Well, at the moment, looks like it's just getting worse. Just the start they did not want.
No, definitely not. Look, it's not a pretty scoreboard, but it could be the one that works for Morningside today.
Certainly could. They've had a lot more shots on goal at the moment. Morningside, 22 shots that have actually scored compared to 8, so they deserve this lead.
Yeah, and they've probably had another 3 or 4 that have gone out on the full as well. So they've, as though they haven't hit their target today, they've still had a lot of footy.
Rogerson won it down. Crawford dispossessed, and he's gone for holding the ball. So it's going to be a free kick. It's going the way of Cameron Reeves. And where does Cameron Reeves want to go? He's sort of setting it up. He's just going to hoik it long towards the forward 50. No mark taken from Hodge. Falls to the back. It's a snap on goal. It's going to be one behind. So it's 5 straight kicks now. But the Magpies need to just try and set themselves up. The Magpies really just need to get a move on.
Dangerous.
That is a dangerous kick. You don't want to kick it to Brad Hodge. Dad's missed Hodge on the hand pass though. Crawford, they've got an opportunity. Good hand pass there to Easton. Beams, read it well. Can't break the second tackle. He was far too slow there, Clay Beams.
Wow, I think he got away with that.
And that's been called a ball up.
He got away with a big one there. He sort of feigned the handball.
For mine, he did feign the handball. I thought there might have been prior opportunity. The umpire didn't deem so. Back at the game, Crawford. Gallagher. Lumber through the middle of McCarthy Homes Oval. Spears it into the 50. Good spoil from Beck at the back. Coming in Gallagher again to follow up. He's immediately tackled by 2 Panthers. And he's gone for holding the ball. Tag team effort from Pendlebury and Beck that time. And Will Pendlebury will send it wide to Nyland Rowe. He's got Frame as the furthest option defensively, and that's where he's going to go. I think Morningside, they just tend to play some ball control. They have been all day. Now look to do it once again. Spearing ball to Pendlebury. He'll go inside and find Swan.
They've got an extra man here on the wing, Morningside.
Swan goes in ball. That's a good kick as well. Dangerous kick. But it's worked out. Joyce to Russ, and they've really opened the ground up now. Russ over the top with the hand pass. Evans finds McNeese. McNeese back to Evans. We'll go to Nyland Rowe. This is looking like a training drill at the moment. And Nyland Rowe goes. Well, that is pitched at right angles.
That hit the line.
That hit the post. That basically landed on the line, pitched 90 degrees, and hit the post.
When it's not on, is it?
There was some fantastic ball movement there from Morningside as there's a whistle and it looks like it's going to be a throw-in. So even when the Magpies had a chance to move the ball forward, nothing's going right for them at the moment. That brings their scoreline up behind to 6-18, 54. The Magpies 3-5, 23. Both sides inaccurate, but Morningside have been far superior. It must be said. Crawford worked hard all day. Hand pass trying to find Edwards, instead find McNeeve. Crawford goes after it again and it deflects off hands and will go out of play.
Not really much you can say now about the Western Magpies. It's all up to them. And yeah, I think you said it before the start of this last quarter. They were really, really fancied this year. They just missed the finals last year. Really fancied to make the finals and do some damage this year, and they just haven't come up to it at all.
Hodge, Joyce snaps it towards the forward line. Colenso spoiled over there from Gallagher. And go out of play and we'll have a throw-in. So unless a miracle happens, it feels like the Acid's starting to go out of this one. The Morningside have dominated all day.
Yeah, I was about to say, on the flip side, Morningside, although they haven't been overly impressive today, they've still got the job done. They were fantastic last week against Broadbeach and very, very dominating against Sandgate the week before. So they're really setting up their season well.
Goodall just got it off the deflection. Russ couldn't do much with it. It bounces off hands. Gallagher will run it through for a behind. And it's been called deliberate. Well, Jaden Gallagher cannot believe it. And if you want a description of the Magpies' day, that bit of play sums it up perfectly.
That was it right there.
I don't want to take anything away from Morningside. They've been incredibly professional this afternoon as Colenso will come in and bang it through. And he gives a little bit of the fist pump as well. 37 points the margin now. This is turning quite ugly on their home deck here for the Magpies, unfortunately for them.
I don't want to roll it into the Magpies, but that free kick was probably justified. He had no one around him. There's no reason he could have taken that footy, and turned himself around and tried to get the exit. Just a very, very... no, I'm not going to say unlucky. It wasn't unlucky, yeah. Bad free kick to give away, especially at this stage of the game.
So it's 37 points the margin, and unless something even more dramatic happens, Morningside are marching towards win number 4 in season 2019. They're going to go into the end of this one. As soon as this is over, they'll head into third. The game in hand in comparison to Broadbeach. They've set themselves up really nicely. Edwards received the hand pass feed, steps inside. Oh, he is set towards goal. Will that carry? It's the free kick, and it's going to go the way of Morningside. This is unravelling very quickly, and this could potentially be a 10-goal loss here if it continues like this for the Magpies. I'm just seeing who it's going to, and it's going to go to Rogerson in the goal square, so he's going to kick one. The Acid's gone right out of this one, and Morningside, they are well on their way. Professional performance, magnificent performance from them in a lot of ways. Obviously, accuracy in front of goal has been a major concern, but the defensive structures, which, are torturing training a lot. That's a lot of what a pre-season is about. Obviously, getting that fitness base, but just being able to develop those structures. Obviously, they've got a new coach in Clint Watts. He'd be very happy with his performance.
He'd be ecstatic. And you said earlier, I think at half time, is that no, it might have been three-quarter time, that if they're going to win, they're going to win ugly. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So, come finals time, there's a lot of pressure football. And if they can win games like this now, it will put them in stead for later in the year.
It's going to be a ball up. I'm just having a look at the next 4 games here for Morningside. They've got Wilston Grange and a twilight fixture next Saturday afternoon. at Hickey Park. Then they got the bye for the Quaffle rep game. They play Mount Gravatt, Palm Beach and Surfers Paradise. So pretty tough 4 weeks coming up, but I think they go into pretty much all of them thinking they can certainly win. Palm Beach, they will be playing at home at Jack Esplin Oval.
Well, Palm Beach undefeated at the moment, so can Morningside be the one to take that scalp?
Well, they were the first one to beat them last year. I wouldn't put it against them the way they're looking as it goes towards half forward. Malinova runs the football. It's turned over, Saunders, hand pass, Mitchell, Edwards, he's dispossessed. No free kick. Saunders gets it away, but it's turned over. Morningside, like they have all day, they cut off so much ball movement of the Magpies. Their defensive structures have been outstanding, and Swan was the beneficiary that time. He goes short. You'll find Edwards.
Really slowing it down now, Morningside.
Edwards runs inside, runs his full measure, and will set it up. Gallagher should take this uncontested. He does. Now he's got Lonigan wide if he wants him.
Gee.
And he's got another option presenting in Dennis, but
Well, they're very slow on their decision making, Western Magpies.
it's a good kick though if Highlands can get there. He's up against Frame. Oh, that is almost a fantastic mark to Frame. Winton got it off the deck though. Frame goes once again. He's dispossessed. And it'll be a ball up just forward of centre. Here for Morningside.
You really see a lack of confidence in the Western Magpies. Just really didn't want to pull the trigger then.
Winton down the line. Janky Kane and Howard wrestle against each other. Howard pursues Fletcher. That is a brilliant tackle. Just got the hand pass away though, Fletcher, but this pressure has not let up all afternoon. They've caused the turnover. Dads with the hand pass went to Pendlebury into the middle of the ground. You'll find Evans. Now, Evans doesn't have that many numbers ahead of him spreading, so he had to hold it up. And he'll go for the spearing ball. Has to be perfect. Goes over the head of Mallon, but it's fallen to Godfrey. Godfrey is missed just to the right. Another behind. 8-19, 67, 3-5-23. Morningside, well-deserved victors they will be this afternoon as Goodall plays on quickly. Luke Mitchell finds Lonigan. That's could be a 50, and the umpire has called that touched off the boot. So the mark was officially paid, but the non-officiating umpire has stated it was touched off the boot. So it's going to be a ball up about 60 metres out from Morningside's attacking goal. It's cleared away, and it goes over the fence.
It's going to come straight back again.
This pressure has just been relentless from Morningside. They haven't got the reward for effort in terms of score. They've been inaccurate today, but they've just squeezed the Magpies in. They've squeezed the life out of them, it must be said. It's almost a very good mark to Goodall. Couldn't quite take it. Oh. That's in the back. Yep. Oh, a high tackle. Take your pick. And it's going to go to Rayner. Well, James Rayner, he kicked 2 ripping goals in the first half. He looks like he might be fancying himself here. 2 absolute bombs as well. And he'll go on its way. It's always to the right. Sometimes when you just try to get that extra distance, you just hook it a bit.
He just sort of kicked across that footy then. Always going to go away to the right.
So Luke Mitchell will take the kick in. Send it towards half-back. Dwyer and Beck against each other. Goes over their heads. Hodge will be content to see this out of bounds. One thing that I have noticed about the Magpies today, they haven't really taken advantage of the new kicking rules, I reckon. They haven't got as much penetration as they probably could have at times.
No, they're really... I've noticed with their kicking, they do go short a lot. And Morningside are leaving them a lot of space inside their defensive 50. So Western Magpies, they need to take advantage of it, really run that ball out quickly.
Well, Dads, he's been clean all day, but he missed that. It was intercepted from Lonigan. Fletcher, well, he's bounced it to himself. Dangerously beams. Tripped over is a free kick. Clay Beams, he's tried hard all day. Probably not as clean with his disposal as he would like.
Got to give that handball.
Lonigan sets it up towards the 50. That's a good mark. That's a bit better. And Green has taken it. 55 out towards the pocket. Janky Kane, the target. But he's immediately tackled. Well, I thought it was over the line, but it stayed in bounds. Nonetheless, Frame clears it away. Edwards will get there first if it pitches up for him. It just goes over the boundary. But again, Morningside, as we mentioned, their next 4 games, they probably think they can all be winnable. Big game next week against Wilston Grange, who, of course, were on the back of 120 points shellacking the Broadbeach yesterday, so they'll be up and about for the fight on their home deck. There's no doubt about it. But if they can go in 5-2 before the QAFL sanctioned break because of the representative game, they'll be pretty happy with themselves.
Yeah, we saw Wilson Grange earlier in the year against the Western Magpies, and they were really, really good. They were really looked like they were really up and about early. So, you know, obviously, as you said, coming off a shellacking last week, they'll want to get some respect back. So they might give Morningside a good fight.
So we're just over 15 minutes into this final term. And winning the tap down that time was Lumber. It's going to be a free kick. It's a push in the back, and it's going to go the way of the Magpies that time. It's going to go to Beams.
Talking about respect more, Magpies just looking to maybe get some of their own respect back here later in this game.
Beams goes forward. Austin couldn't take it. That was a great spoiling effort at the back for a frame. Reed goes in hard, but he's dived on it. That could be holding the ball. No. So Pendlebury laid the tackle.
Just little things like that make me scratch my head. There's no need for Reed to go to ground then.
Tap down from Highlands, picks it up once again. He's lost the football. Cale Reed goes in hard and he's tackled straight away. And it'll be another stoppage. Goes over the back. Edwards in the air, sets it up. No mark taken. Obviously was touched off the boot, called the umpire. Hand pass back. Fletcher sets it towards goal and he's
just
missed completely.
Yeah, full, wow. Faded the fairway.
Yeah, Brades. When you get the chance, Brades.
So Daniel Frame will take the kick. And what have you thought of his game today, AJ?
Oh, look, Frame's one of their best in their best 3. For me, the best 3 from Morningside. Probably the game as well is Frame, Rogerson, and I think Dads has been really good as well.
That's been punched off hands for a behind, so that brings the Magpies score to 3-6, 24, 44 points down here this afternoon. Come back in the field of play. It's a long kicking, must be said, from Nyland Rowe. Falls to the back, comes off hands. The Magpies will come through again. Easton, 55 out, chisels a ball, and well, that was fortuitous. The mark has been taken there by
Edwards.
I think it's actually Lockie Dennis, it appears.
Lumber! Brades, when you get the chance.
So it's going to be a shot
yeah,
goal.
it is Dennis. Oh, sorry.
So the Magpies only kicked 3 goals so far today. Scoring has been an issue for them in season 2019, it must be said. The kick's on its way. It's a good kick. It's a goal. Well done. They get their first of the final quarter here, the Western Magpies, and brings it back to a 38-point margin, but it must be said that was the goal in consolation only. As Morningside, they're marching their way towards a victory here. 8-20, 68 to 4-6, 30, as we have some very excited people in the background.
Sounds like it. Well, you know, if you're here, cheer on your team. You might need to cheer them as much as possible because this year isn't looking very good for them. Very, very disappointing at the moment, the Western Magpies.
So back in the middle. Balled up by the umpire, and Rux will contest once again. Give the honours to Hodge that time. Off hands, Fletcher has been dispossessed and ridden into the ground. There'll be another ball up as Gareth Crawford gives a high five to a young fan on the bench. Punched away forward. Magpies, so well done. Lonigan sends it forward off the snap, and almost a mark there from Austin. He did well. Frame. Now he's dispossessed. That could have been holding the ball, not paid. Goodall, Easton, off hands. Howard will get it back from Joyce. Pendlebury, well, he's been ridden into the back. No free kick.
Western Magpies really starting to look hungry now. Where's this been today?
Look at him, boys.
They've left it a bit late.
Ball up. Be honest, a lumber that time. Beans
Clever.
taps it to himself. Showed some nous that time. McNeese, though, got it off the bounce and then sends it forward. Livesey has taken the mark. Really liked his game this afternoon, the late inclusion. He was one of the emergencies today, but not the greatest of kicks. Mark has been taken from Saunders. Where's Saunders want to go? He's just going to
Straight back down the line.
set it forward to Scott, who's got the free kick. Just forward to centre here for the Magpies. Here's Kate Scott. He's going to look inboard. That's a dangerous kick, but could pay off. Well done from Rayner to force the contest. Now it's going to be an interesting ball. Sivic couldn't get it away. Hand pass over the top. Dads is in danger, but he's going to send it forward, and it's
Clever
just
kick.
an open forward 50. And Nathan Colenso, if he can pick this up, he can run in. He will kick goal number 3 for him. And he'll send it back to 44 points, and that's what happens. Sometimes you've got to bite off more than you can chew, especially in these situations, to try score, and it just didn't come off that time, unfortunately.
No, I mean, look, this stage of the game, they know they're probably not going to get the points. So, they're trying something different. It doesn't work, but, that you've just got to do. They've got nothing to lose. So try everything you can. If it doesn't come off, then so be it.
So well done to Morningside there. They've been inaccurate today. It must be said, 9 goals 20 if you've just joined us. So it could be a very different scoreline, a lot worse scoreline for the Magpies if it
They're
are a bit
probably
straighter in front of goal.
Probably very lucky, the Western Magpies.
Tap down from Dwyer. Hodge, though, has been magnificent today, I feel, in the ruck. No mark from Sivic. It bounced off his chest. Crawford goes in hard, never stops trying, feeds a hand pass out to a teammate, Saunders, who just sort of goes with a bit of an in-between kick to Scott, but he was mobbed straight away. And we'll have another stoppage in the middle of the ground. A lot of stoppages, a lot of ball ups and boundary throw-ins today. Morningside have really dominated in the clinches. We felt that the absence of Peter Mollison in that two-prong ruck duo might have hurt Morningside a tad, but Hodges stood up magnificently as there's been a free kick. Looks like Livesey, he's in a bit of trouble. Looks a bit sore. He's just going to limp away. Cameron Reeves will send it forward. That's a good kick. Just not quite the mark. Magpies converting the ball. Dwyer's there first. He hand passes it wide to Sivic. Sivic, though, is, well, I was going to say turned over, but he took a bit of a Shane Warne leg break. Easton will send it further forward, and, well, that kick was absolutely aimless, it must be said. Daniel Frame, like he has all day, has stood where he's needed to. And he sends it forward, and Hodge, who I really feel he's growing before our eyes in this competition. He's just very athletic for someone of his height. He's, in the coming years, going to prove a nightmare matchup for quite a few people. Towards half forward, Rogerson couldn't take it. It goes off hands, and it's just in the field of play. Just inside Morningside's forward 50. So you were talking about some of the best from Morningside this afternoon. I think there's going to be fair to. It's been a very good team performance, but outside of the likes of Frame and Beck, who else have you really liked the game of?
As I said before, Dads. I think Dads has been really, really good today. The late inclusion, Livesey, I think he's been really, really good. Who else? So Rogerson, Hodge has been good. Beck is always a good player down back. And who is the other one? Colenso's been good with 3 goals. And probably James Rayner has been really good as well. But you're right, it has been a good team performance by them.
Rogerson in the ruck that time, wins it down. Godfrey, hand pass it away. It's a throw against Godfrey. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the Magpies. Will go to Riley Easton. He'll get a 50.
50 metres.
A 50 on this occasion.
Their Morningside's backline that's their real weapon.
It's certainly been very good. Easton, well, he sends it forward. That's a good kick. He'll find Dwyer. So since they had that 73-point loss, it goes inside 50. Well done on the spoil there from Nyland Rowe, who's been resolute today as well. Godfrey gets away. I'll get back to my point in a moment. Godfrey, well, his pass was intercepted, goes at it once again. Hands it up. Beams goes short, Chisel ball, good ball, and Austin has taken it. Good mark from Austin. Tried hard all day. But as I was saying, since they had that 73-point loss to Palm Beach a few weeks ago, they conceded scores of 19, 63, and at the moment 30. So this defence is really locking games down and setting themselves up so well. And they say defence wins premierships.
And even keeping like 60, like you said, 63 Broadbeach. You know, keeping Broadbeach at 63, who are such a dominant, high-scoring team.
Austin just kicked a goal.
Their defence is really. If they're going to go a long way in September this year, that is their key, is to hold that defence exactly how it is at the moment.
So that's Jack Austin's first. He kicked 8 goals so far in season 2019 before this one. So that's goal number 9. He is a developing forward, it must be said, for the Magpies. He works very hard. He's got a good set of hands, and he's tried hard all day. It just hasn't been really a day for forwards.
It hasn't.
If you're a Magpie.
It's only his second year, Austin. You know, he's still only, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's still got a bit of maturing to do, but he'll be fine. He's going to be around for a fair while for the Magpies, I think.
Joyce hand passes it away. First there is Godfrey. He breaks one tackle, gets a hand pass away, but
bit off
turned over. Crawford, Lonigan will send it wide. It's a good kick, actually. I really like that. Edwards will set it from about 60 towards the square. Goodall the target. Spoiled off hands. It goes Dignan. He's under pressure, but he did well to get it away. It's a really good kick from Lockie Dignan. Towards half back to Mallon. And Mallon's done well to get it up the line. And Morningside, as they have so often this afternoon, they've just played this game of ball control. Sent forward from McNeese, who took that mark. Spoiled off hands. And still in the field of play. Pendlebury keeps it inside the boundary line now to go forward. The kick from Rayner towards half forward. Oh, that's a brilliant pick up there. I think it was from Colenso. Hand pass over the back from Rogerson's, turned over. Set up from Winton.
He's hurt there, Colenso.
And it's out of the full. One thing, speaking of injuries, of course, we haven't seen Saruria since early in this one. It'll be interesting to monitor him during the week. That was a pretty tough tackle as it goes towards half forward. Joyce is almost taking that one-handed, breaks out. Can he get a hand pass away? No, it's going to be holding the ball free kick. It's going the way of Sivage, and he'll retreat back to Gallagher.
Yeah, Colenso's not happy with something here. He's trying to make his way off the ground. Jeez, well done.
Well done there from Brad Howard, who sets it out of play, but that'll be an injury to monitor during the week. Also, Nathan Beck, he looks a little bit proppy, but should be okay. As you did mention, Nathan Colenso is looking a little bit sore. It looks like it's a left thigh or quad injury. Don't know how serious that will be. It doesn't look too bad. He might have just copped a knock in that last contest. Rogerson wins the tap down. Good tackle away from Scott. There'll be a ball up 35 metres out as we head towards the dying stages of this one. Morningside far too good this afternoon. They really should have won this game by a lot more, it must be said.
Yeah, look, the scoreboard probably isn't as reflective as the game. But you look
that's a good goal from McNeese. Sorry to cut you off,
no,
AJ.
No, you're right.
That's a brilliant left foot snap. His second of the last quarter, Ben McNeese. Sets it back to 44 points, the margin. 10-20.
Yeah, it's just
to 80 to 5-6-36. That is 30 scoring shots to 11.
And I mean, you take into account, you know, I think they've kicked maybe 4 out on the full as well. So, you know, you could almost say 34 scoring shots to 11. It's a very, very one-sided affair. And I think as much as they don't want the loss, Western Magpies, they're probably lucky it is as shallow as it is.
I wouldn't say it's shallow, but yeah, certainly right. It could be a hell of a lot worse.
Could be a hell. Compared to what it could be,
They sort of look like at the moment at times they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They've had so much flair at times last year, and they were so good and contested ball, but kicks after. That's
Clever.
a soccer out of the air from Mallon, but it's gone to Scott. Couldn't quite take it. I'll get back to my point in a second. Scott goes wide, but this will be turnover. McNeese, I think he's sniffing some snags. He sets it off the snap. That could carry. No, it stays in, but it's still going to be snapped back, and that's another one. That's another goal to Morningside. I've got a feeling that's been kicked by Lockie Russ that time. So 50 points the margin now, 11, 20, 86 to 5-6, 36. As the sting has well and truly gone out of this one.
Kicked 11. They have kicked 5 goals in this last quarter, Morningside, so.
They've started getting their kicking boots on. I mean, this is probably what you probably expected in all quarters of the game, really. They were just spraying some shots they normally kick. They had a bit of a case of the yips, but they started to straighten the radar, and Marge is saying, look, a little bit more reflective. It goes forward, good kick there from Joyce, off hand. Joyce will get the hand pass back, sets it towards goal, trying to find Russ. He keeps it in, taps it to himself against Saunders, and it's still in the field of play. And well, Saunders looked like he was trying to score a try.
He was going to do whatever he had to get that over the line.
But he got it over the line, and it's another behind. So Gallagher sends it short, finds Luke Mitchell. Mitchell short to Reed, couldn't quite take it. Had to slide in. McNeese, well, he's feigned like 3 hand passes that time. Howard.
Oh, clever.
That's a good kick. He's a veteran, Brad Howard. Just has some real good footy now, it must be said, and he set it short to Godfrey.
Perfect view of this shot on goal.
As we ticked over 30 and a half, we're pretty much at 31 minutes into this final term. And Godfrey will be lining up what you'd have to think would be one of the last kicks of the afternoon from the paint. That's a good effort, but I think the wind's just carried that a bit. He looked like it was on line, but it's a 1 behind.
3 behinds today is kicked, Sam Godfrey.
Sam Godfrey has kicked 3 behinds. And could have been 3 goals. He's had a very good game today, Sam Godfrey. He's a very smart player. We would love to have kicked 3 goals instead of 3 behinds. As it goes to Green from the kick from Fletcher, sends it forward. That doesn't really suit Dwyer.
Good punch.
But he did well to at least force it forward to Highlands. Off the tap, McNeese just misses the ball a little bit. It's still bouncing around. Lumbering around. Couldn't quite get it away, and umpire says give it a meet.
You've been waiting all day for that one, haven't you?
Oh, I've got some in my bag, mate. I can't get a lot more. We've got a whole season of quaffle football. Can't, as they say, one sparrow doesn't signal a summer. Can't let all my tricks out of the bag early, as it goes towards halfback Dads. If you want another one, don't know how many Dads he actually has. Sends it towards the wing, bounces over the top. McNeese keeps it in play. Further forward for Morningside, Edwards. Can't break the tackle, that's well done. Coming right back forward here for the Magpies. That's a good kick to Lumber. A big lumbering man, as there's the siren. Morningside. Far, far, far too good this afternoon, it must be said. Magnificent performance for them. Accuracy, obviously a concern they want to rectify during the week, but if goal kicking accuracy is the worst of your problems, you're going okay. 11-22, 88 to 5-6, 36. 52
points.
This defensive wall of Morningside is very imposing. It's been a fantastic performance from them. Riley Starr and Adrian O'Reilly, it's been a pleasure to bring it to you this afternoon. AJ, if you run through the game, from go to woe, it was all Morningside.
It looked like it was all Morningside. Western Magpies did have they had their parts in the game in fits and spurts, but 7 or 8 minutes here or there, but they really didn't make the most of it. Morningside with the majority of the ball, I dare say 65% of the ball for the day. And as much as they were inaccurate, to still win by 52 points, it says a lot.
So just run you through the goal kickers. Nathan Colenso kicked 3 goals. 2 goals to Ben McNeese and James Rayner, then singles to Lockie Russ, Dignan, Luke Rogerson and Ryan Dads. This is all on Morningside's end. And then for the Magpies, all single goal kickers. 1 to Austin, 1 to Beams, 1 to Daniel Edwards. There's a very good goal in the second quarter. Lockie Dennis kicked 1 and Aaron Highlands kicked 1 too. So Final score here, 11-22, 88, 5-6, 36. Morningside far too good. And they will move themselves to third position, 4 wins, 2 losses. They will also be live on the stream next Saturday afternoon twilight, where they'll be taking on Wilston Grange, and they look like they're setting themselves up for a fantastic 2019. It's been a pleasure, Adrian, once again.
Cheers, Raj.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Morningside are stamping their claims, and once again, they look like to figure within the billing. Have a good evening.